Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, it's really cold this morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Sister Camelot. Good morning. How are you? Cheers, better morning. How are you doing? Good morning. Cheers, Odunaga. Morning, Olushala. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. It's cold this morning, very cold. So don't mind my hood. My jacket is quite heavy this morning. It's so cold. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. And let me say a very big thank you to each and every one of you that contributed to our last night show. Thank you. It's just to show our appreciation, in this team, to each and every one of you that took your time to participate in last night's show. Thank you so much. Your submission goes a long way. Thank you for taking your time to call in. Thank you for being a part of the show for 3 good hours. Wow, that was a very, very phenomenal one. Thank you so much. God bless you. Okay, Baba Omidiji, God bless you, my darling brother. Thank you, Yusufu Jumala. Thank you. So we really do appreciate is one thing for us to call on the public's attention. It's another thing for you guys to oblige our call. So thank you so much for obliging our call. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for your advice, your suggestion. Thank you. We do appreciate all the support, the emotional support you gave this family. We really do appreciate, and on behalf of Lola Halawo and the children and the entire family of Aishat Omoge Campus, the deceased, I'm saying a very big thank you to each and every one of you. God bless you richly. May we not find ourselves in that situation. May our children never find themselves in that situation as well. Thank you so much. It could happen to anyone. So we really do appreciate when we have one voice, one very thick voice to speak, for someone that is vulnerable, to speak for someone that is in such situation, to speak, for someone that we all know as pastor, but as God children that she left behind. Thank you so much. Abefe Robert, will I say good night? Have a good evening to you. Morning, my darling. How are you? Eshegoni, everybody. We appreciate you, Toxity. Thank you so much, my darling friend. You are our darling. Thank you, everyone. You guys are really, really amazing. Thank you. Okay. So, I just put up there that it is just an eye opener for all women. I'm a bit free now. I can quickly run about 30-40 minutes show, hopefully. So it is just an awareness, to all women and also to all, men as well, because it is not just women that are actually being domestically abused. Some men are actually, domestically abused as well. When we talk of domestic abuse, it's not just women that go through it. Yes, the percentage is quite, higher than that of men, but I'm telling you now, from what I know, from what I have experienced, from what I have seen, as a blogger within the short period of my professional, experience, I'm telling you, there are some men that are actually going through the same. There are so many men out there that are so weak that they are more like the women in a relationship and they are going through hell in the hands of their wives or their ex, you know. So thank you so much for your understanding. The reason why I am doing this show is to bring awareness to each and every one of us that is going through one situation or the other that looks similar to what we have on ground. You guys have to learn to speak up. Do not find yourself in a situation where your voice can no longer be heard, where you can no longer pass your message anymore before you start regretting that. And I know I should have spoken to someone. I should have actually confided in someone. Learn to speak up, I'm telling you. The worst that will happen is they will laugh at you. The worst that could happen is that your friends will come together and, like, seriously. That is the worst that could happen. Your friends will laugh at you. Some, either ex-wife or ex-husband, they will laugh at you. So F what? There's no big deal in it. Everybody has got their own up and down. And there's no relationship, virtually no relationship at all, that is devoid of trouble of up and down. Everybody experiences it one way or the other. It just differs, like they usually say that different strokes to different folks. What I'm passing through, it might be quite different from what you are passing through, but we all have a story to tell. If they ask us, everyone has got a story to tell, either sweet or sour. But I don't think there's any relationship that's been 100% sweet anywhere. So if anyone tells you, oh, you're not going to be having challenges, it's not going to happen to you, or your relationship is the most perfect one, men, they are lying to you. So whatever you're going through, I want you to know that you're not the only one in it. There are so many 1 million women out there going through the same situation as you. So it's not a big deal. But the moment you're able to speak up, the moment you're able to, to confide in someone, the moment you can take that shame off, you speak up. That's no big deal, women. Let's not wait till we find ourselves in situation of Aishat Abimbola, before we talk. She went through hell. It's so sad that she had to go through all that she went through. And now the children are also traumatized because of what happened, to their mom. And they're so frightened, of their future. So please, women, let's learn to speak up when you're going through one hardship in your relationship that you don't find funny, or that you're a little bit confused on the way forward. Let's learn to speak up. One, a stitch in time, it saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9. If you speak up, if you tell someone your problem, what you're passing through, they will come to your rescue. The worst that could happen is some bad friends will laugh at you, but leave them, everybody with their own portion of problem, at their own portion time in life. There's no big deal in it. The fact that you're going through this and some people are laughing, it does not mean that they are not still coming to experience their own if they are destined to go through it as well. Ototoni boko seniti o wá sílé ayé tí àdá ìṣòro díẹ̀ sílé ayé ó kọ́pọ̀ jura wọn lọ ni. Ẹni tó máa lọ́kọ mẹ́ta, mo ti máa ń sọ fún yín, tí ò bá dé orí mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn kò ní dúró. Ìwọ tó máa níyàwó mẹ́fà, tí ò bá fẹ́ mẹ́fẹ̀ẹ̀fà tán, ìṣòro ayé ò ní dúró. Àkọlẹ̀ ó ti dúró. Marriage is not a do or die thing. It's not a do or die. Do you know there are so many men that have suffered so much in the hands of some wicked women, in the hands of dictatorship? There are some women that the way they handle their husband, you will think they are the one that feed him, that does everything for him. You will be wondering, are you actually the wife or the husband? So men do go through domestic violence as well. Some women don't even know how to talk. They kill their husband, the morale. Pata, the way they talk to him, they will bring him down so low to the level where the man will feel so low of himself. He will think so little of himself. Why? Because he does not have a good woman around him. He does not have a good woman that will encourage him. There's nothing like an assurance hope from the woman he married as a wife. We all should be there for one another. We all should encourage one another, not break one another. The fact that someone is going through this does not mean is the end of the road for them. But if you are a builder and not a breaker, it will help a great deal. You have to learn to encourage that person that, don't worry, my darling friend, don't worry, my husband, don't worry, my wife, don't worry, all is gonna be well. But tó bá ti mọ̀ pé ló níwà kébékébé pé tí n bá sọ fún lágbájá sìn, ó máa gbẹ́jọ́ mi lọ ni, ó máa lọ rojọ́ mi fún lágbájá ni, kò ní fẹ́ sọ. There's been so much awareness in Nigeria, even our country, where anything goes. It's not like that anymore. There's been an awareness of domestic violence. Do you know how many women died within the last 5 years due to domestic violence? Do you know how many records we've had of some women stabbing their husband all around the globe due to domestic violence? It is time we learn to speak up. No one is going to beat you because of your predicament. They will only laugh at you. And it will all fizzle out after a while. At least you would have spoken your mind. You would have, spoken to someone. You would have gotten a reassurance that all is going to be well. You would have gotten a headway advice from someone that loves you genuinely. Everyone cannot hate you. It is not everyone that is going to cast aspersion, over whatever it is you're going through. It is not everyone that is going to castigate you. Some people will still come to listen to you. You see, like the man that we're talking about, the Aishat Omoge, the late Aishat Omoge's husband, ex-husband, he could be going through some emotional, problem too, or probably some depression state that he could not tell anyone, and then he will resolve to beating his wife just to wipe away his depression. When men don't have money, they do all kind of appalling things, ridiculous things to the people that actually love them genuinely. They behave out of proportion. They throw it above the, keyboard, and you see them react so irrationally in the house because they are broke. They don't have the money, dry woman misbehave. But for a woman that is calm, that is understanding, I always tell women, when they trip out like that, you trip them aside. When they trip out, you trip them aside. Don't beat them, just leave them. It's either you find a way of talking to them, getting the words out of their mouth, or you just let them be. Not you castigating them, not you finishing him, not you killing his morale, not you making him feel so little of himself. If he does not have money today, you never can tell what tomorrow holds in stock for him. So women, men, some men will wake up today and say, oh, my wife does not look beautiful. She is dirty. She is this. I have a friend that was actually depressed because she lost both her dad and her senior sister, at the same time. And this really depressed her. When you don't know what people are going through, you cannot open their head to see what is going on in there. It is either you find a way of getting to their hearts, getting to know what they are going through, or you just let them be and try to be, as much as possible, to be caring, to be friendly at that time. Even if you cannot draw the words out of his or her mouth, let them be caring, do your own bit, and leave the rest to God. Because this domestic violence thing is really increasing by the day. It's so sad that we have to, hear what the Nollywood actress, what they go through in their marriages, in their relationship. It is not easy. When I hear some people talk about this girl, Tonya Ayimaku, I am not one of the people that want to castigate her. You don't know what she's been through. You don't know what is going on in her head. Some people don't just have the strength to go on. Some people don't just have the courage to speak to someone. Some people are so scared that they are going to be, they are going to be castigated. You are going to, ridicule them. You're going to talk down on them. You're going to look down on them. You're going to say, oh, Omawashawoni. Hence, they cannot even talk to you. Because I'm telling you, look at that woman's situation. She's gone. She's 6 feet below now. Beyond. But she suffered it for so long. Good morning, Yemi Olufemi. Good morning. So Eyobiri, I always tell people, if you cannot move on in life after you must have suffered whatever in your relationship, it means you're having a problem yourself. It's either you identify the problem in your marriage, you speak to someone. It could even be you at times. I tell myself the same thing. ó máa ń dágbà mí ó ní ẹjọ́ kì í ṣe ẹbí èèyàn kéèyàn má mọ̀ dá. If you're quite honest with yourself, you will know where you are falling short of your expectations in your home. You will know, you should be able to identify the problem and how to place it on the table with your partner, except that he is not ready to support. And if he's not ready to support, if you find him beastly, if you think you cannot cohabit with him anymore, go your separate ways. It is not until a man slap your face, beat you, kick you, that you're domestically, abused. Some men do know how to mentally traumatize women. Some of them know how to emotionally traumatize you. Some know how to psychologically traumatize you. Some know how to do this. Me, when I tell my story at times, my friends used to laugh. I have been in a relationship before that I never enjoyed. And I do tell my friend that something is happening to me. I never even cared if they're going to laugh at me or not. You can imagine when you have a husband and then the man just suddenly pack you up and then he wouldn't touch you for so many years. There was no sex, nothing. And you could not even lay your hands on what is going on. You could not talk to anybody. And you're just, battling with this, inside you. You couldn't tell anyone until you are able to talk to someone. Until you gather that courage, to speak to someone. To tender your problem, fine, everyone is scared. Oh, I don't want friends. Oh, I don't want this. Oh, I don't want that one to be laughing at me. When they don't laugh at you now, girl, they will laugh more and spit on your grave when you are gone. And they will even say stories that are very untrue about you because you refuse to tell when you have the chance to. If you don't tell when you have the chance to, they will fabricate lies against you when you are gone. They will say all kinds of things that are quite untrue about you. And even your friends, the so-called friends that you are scared to come and fear, they will even come and say, yes, now, me wa oju won oto. But speak up. Speak up. You have to keep the tempo going. I don't like people that like, if there's anything I detest in my life as you see me here, it is lies. When someone tells you Abike is lying, laugh at them. I don't have a secret. I don't keep any ungodly secret. Anybody that knows me so well, that is close to me, will tell you she doesn't have a secret. I am not quick to tell things about me to strangers. But when you're my friend, you know everything about me. That is why I'm not going to do anything ungodly, anything I feel, I'm not proud to say out. So that if anything happens to me, at least I will have some friends that will say, you don't know her. We know her far better than you. She does not hide anything. If I'm in a relationship today and you happen to be close to me, you know what is going on with me. I don't hide it. Because if you don't say it now, if that thing should eat you deep, if it should eat your brain deep, my friend, even in your towa mental gan papa, ko mo nkan to nse mo, ó ti doku alaye, kò sí láàrin wa mọ́. Ó ti pa sáyé nìyẹn. Obìnrin tó bá ti ya wèrè, ó ti finish nìyẹn. Ṣé ìwọ tó ya wèrè nsin tọkùnrin bá dé tó bá wá parọ́ mọ́ ẹ kí ló fẹ́ rí sọ ńgbà tí o mọ nǹkan táyé ń sọ mọ́. Ìgbà tí orí ẹ ò pé mọ́. Ìgbà tó lè sọ nǹkan kan mọ́. Ṣé gbà ẹ ló fẹ́ sọ tẹnu ẹ. A lot of women are going through a whole lot of stress, especially in this Western world. We are going through so much stress. And let me tell you, when you are married to an African man, a Nigerian man for that matter, one way or the other, they will abuse you. One way or the other, you see that African mentality thing is in their head. Every day I tell my son, Oluwatimileyin, when you grow up, you love your wife as much as you love your mother. Do not let anybody tell you it is wrong for you to cook for your wife. Don't let anybody tell you it is wrong for you to tidy the house. Don't leave the whole house just for her alone to do. You have to learn to support her. This is what I tell my son. If your father does not know how to support me, I don't want you to grow up and be such a man. Learn to take the dishes out at times. Clean them, it does not matter. You have to learn to identify when your wife is going through some state of depression. You have to learn to identify when she's tired. You have to learn to know, to identify when she cannot carry on anymore. You have to learn to know the reason why she doesn't want to go to work today. It's because you are overpowering her with all those things. Some African men don't know this. They think when you are in the kitchen, oh, my parents must not see me washing the plates for my wife. Why can you not wash the plate? She washes the dishes every day. She cleans the house. And some African men are so stupid. They throw their boxers all around the house. It is the woman that will pick it. This same woman is the one that has got a better opportunity, you know, to job here in UK, in Western world. She is a nurse. She wants to wake up in the morning and make some money so that the family can be okay. And you are there, you don't even have any good job, and this wife have to cover up for a lot of things for you. And then she will still come back home to wash the dishes. She will still serve you on the bed. You have to, and when you do sex, you don't want to do 1 hour sex. You want to kill her. Emi afebo esetingbo o ma fabo. And you find it so hard to pick your children from school. You cannot attend any parents teachers meeting. You are not there for them. It is only this woman, and you are not dead. And then this woman will suddenly become sick, and you're still not there to support her. You are still not there to reassure her that all will be well. You are still not there to identify the problems, that you need to pick up some of the responsibility. And now if something happens to her, you will be the first one that will come out to lie. Oh, she's a bad woman. Oh, she's doing this. There are a lot of things that can make a woman depressed. And let me tell you the kind of depression. I have a friend, is a guy. His wife was terribly ill. You see, accumulated stress. You don't know what it does to the body. And this is the reason why I always encourage all women. Whatever it is that gingers your swag is what you should engage yourself in. Whatever it is at all. You know, all these London socialites, all these girls. When you see them at a party, they will go, you know, London party now, they have a circle. They have a style. It is the same set of people you see at this party. Thomas Okwan or big girls. It is that same set of people that will be at Mr. B's party. And when Mr. C2 does party, it is this same set of people. One man lo party krini. Mo branch ni mo. Atalon she party won fe mo eri shon macho want to be rasho lai mo eri. Why? Because they want to hear their, you know, they just want to vent, you know, their head. They just want to go out. They just want to escape from that home that is too hot for them. They just want to opt out of the relationship. One kofe jade, one fellow no ju, one kofe wa nu le yen mo. One kofe shere lo because only want to blow sinu le lo njebe. I can imagine where you don't know somebody that is doing a party and you are willing to buy Aishat 250, and not just that one, another one is coming up next week. That is what they work for in London. One kofe ma lo party gbogbo ojo aye won wa fashe just come ma fi Aishat kiri kon ra golu come ma lo party, because you don't know what they are going through. A lot of them are depressed. Let me tell you. A lot of them, they are depressed. Is either one for calling or conye jamole, want to keep me molola, imi ye to jamole, want to keep me lot on the coqueta, ye don't to jamole. I want the cononda she wala omo. I want the cononda gbomolo cisco. I want the conoma fashe. I want the conoma tunleshe. I want the colema besori bedi la lele madobi and nitomaku. Oh ma she yon leshe. There must be avenue for fun for a woman. So if you are such a woman and you're going through a lot and you don't have a supportive partner, I will advise you talk to someone. If there's something that you don't understand, something you find really, really, you know, strange in your relationship, you need to speak to someone. Some women live with their husband in this UK. There's no quality sex, not just in UK, all around the, you know, globe. There's nothing like good sex. I was telling one of my friends this morning, we were gisting, you know, I've had quite a few calls just to commend the work I did last night, and people are quite happy with the show. And then I had to, you know, speak to this, my friend, that do you know what women are going through? Women are going through hell. You see, and when you die, suddenly, if you should allow yourself to pass away suddenly, this is how men will treat your children. They will still go and remarry. They will want to traumatize the children. They will even place the wife above your children. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ yín di tẹni ẹlẹ́ni ẹ̀ ní fẹ́rù yín lè fẹ́ lómi bá yín ṣe. Ọwọ́ yín tó ṣẹ́gun sí àwọn obìnrin, ọwọ́ wa tó ṣẹ́gun sí ló máa jẹ ọbẹ̀, a dẹ̀ máa jẹ kalẹ̀ ni. Ní àná, I was talking to my grandma, who is my children's great grandma. You see, let me see if the picture is here. You know, Yeah, I still have a look at my grandma's leg. She's still alive. Oh, she's 97. Look at her legs. And then my nephew was at her place, and then look at her. She's 97. Look at her beautiful skin, you know, and she's 97. There are ways you can preserve your mental state. Even my grandma is complaining. She was asking my nephew to take a picture and send a picture. She said, Tolu lokpe wo ori SME o ti nwu anolo ya picture money iyegba SME wo lo wu at age 97. She even spoke to my children. Olorun je kemi wa gun ni ile aye ni. I am every day tapping into this blessing. Pe Ọlọ́run jọ̀ọ́, ìwọ tó lọ́rẹ mi ìyá mi wọ 97, lọ́rẹ mi èmi náà wọ 97. It's because ní gbé wàhálà ayé tó bá ti pọ̀jù sọ́kàn. Tọ́kọ ò bá ṣe fẹ́ máa lọ yín. Do you know, apart from pé wọ́n violate yín àbí wọ́n abuse yín in a relationship, there are so many other pressure of life tó jẹ́ pé ó lè jẹ́ kéèyàn ẹ̀mí èèyàn kíyàn máa ṣàìsàn. Ọkùnrin lè máa nú ọkùnrin gan lè má sínú ilé kó máa mí kanlẹ̀. Ó ń ṣèyàn léṣe ni. Ìwọ ló mí kanlẹ̀ lẹ́ni. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ń bẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe báyìí. Ṣé ó ń bá mi wí? Ẹ pé ó máa ṣe máa fọwọ́ tap ẹ pé we are talking to your money. Sorry, I didn't hear. Ó ń kú díẹ̀ ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o. Tó bá ń gbọ́ ó ń lọ́rẹ́ yẹn. Ilé ló lọ tarara. Tó bá ti di pé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń fọwọ́ tap ẹ pass message. Tí o gbọ́ nǹkan táyé ń sọ mọ́. Gradually mental ló ń setting fún o tí ń wọ wèrè díẹ̀ ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá rẹ́ni bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ tó tọrọ ro tàwọn mú ẹ torí tó bá kú tán. I do tell people pé kò sí ẹbí kankan níbi kankan. Má ṣe bí ìyá ò lè dàbí ìyá ẹ. Má ṣojú fún ẹ bí ìyá kò lè dàbí ìyá. Obìnrin abiyamọ wọn kó ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ nílé ayé yìí ni. Look at what these children àwọn ọmọ ta treat case wọn lánàá. Look at the things they are going through. If not that, Ọlọ́run touch ẹ̀mí ìyá wọn. Ó sọ fún ìyá wọn pé ọjọ́ iwájú nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ tètè prepare ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ ẹ. You think the children will not go through the same thing their mom went through? They will go through it. It will be like a circle. This is what people call generational curse. It is not generational curse nígbà mi o. Our negligence obìnrin. Negligence. Your negligence is what brings forth things that seems like generational curse. Generation Emi Abike Tolulope. No generational curse kankan tó máa wá sórí Emi Abike Tolulope Basira. I have always said this since I was a child. Nothing like generational curse. Ole mwelo mi o. Ewa Emi, mo wa determined since I was a child. You have to have a focus. You have to have a beautiful diagram of your life, what you want for yourself. You have to be determined to achieve those goals. I don't want my children to suffer. What necessary, facility have you made for them while you are alive? Look at that woman as if she knew she was going to die. Oti pen it down. Oti kosile pe jema kwa won mommy fun baba won so that imba kuton ko ni no won. What do you think will become of children that their father batters a woman every now and then in their presence? What do you think will become of such children? Of course they will grow to beat women. Because the only language they understand is slapping a woman's face to pass their message. The only language they have come to understand is being aggressive to a woman. Are you crazy? Would they pick up my boxes and so fucking well? And your why would you be beating a woman? There are so many things. Why would you slap a woman on the face? Why would you want to batter her in front of her children? Why do you want to create such picture in your children's head? And you think these children will not grow up someday to tell you, we remember how you used to beat our mom. Just like these children take Bolori line. Aisha, ti won so pe baba won, o ma no ya won. There's no omo kekere kokon anywhere anymore. All kids are adults now, especially our mother and being singing. Did you not see one little girl praying on her mother's head, speaking in tongue? It means she has seen someone doing that to someone. For a 2-year-old like that, we're saying, So they grab every message, every signal that passes between those two parents. They know everything that is happening. And one more time, be like Josie Kolele mo. Their brain is so sharp now. They've got retentive memory, better ones. This is psychology, technology, and science era. These were the things that our parents lacked. It was not available when we were even growing up. I am in my 40s now. And, you know, my growing up, technology and science was not this, you know, available for us. We were only being taught in school as a subject. It is the little that our teacher could pick here and then. Not the nitty-gritty of it. Now every child gets to know technology and science through phone. They play with all these gadgets we buy for them. Their brain is sharp. So whatever you do to their parents in their presence, they remember everything. If a 2-year-old can remember that one person is doing blah, and she practicing the same, you think a 10-year-old will not beat his wife when he sees you beating his mom every day? The only language you will come to understand is slapping a woman to pass the message. The only language your daughter will get to know is waiting for her husband to punch her in the face first before she does the needful. So you see, when you destroy your today, you are systematically destroying the children's tomorrow as well. How would you feel as a father if your daughter-in-law calls you in and open her face to you to say, Daddy, how would you feel? You wouldn't, I'm sure you wouldn't have the courage to tell such daughter-in-law that this is how I beat your mother-in-law. So my son learned that from me. I'm sure you wouldn't be proud to do that. Ko funny rara. And you've been in a relationship, ton ba ti fe pa yin, ton ti fe ba ye yin je, ton ti fe san ọmọ yin da lai ni iya ọ̀sán gangan. Ka kuku ma ni ọkọ, ka ni fọkànbalẹ̀ kinu wa dùn, ó better. Agawa ò ní ṣòfò nígbà nǹkankan. Ọba nkọrin pé lọ́jọ́ kan ẹyẹ Olúwa ọba má fẹ́ mi pamọ́. Lọ́jọ́ kan ẹyẹ jọ̀ọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba má fi mi pamọ́. Ọlọ́run ò ní fi kankan nu yín pamọ́ níjọ́ nǹkan ẹyẹ. Ikú, àìsàn burúkú òun ló fi yàn pamọ́ lọ́jọ́ nǹkan ẹyẹ. Àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kẹ́ ti speak out over kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀. Òun ló fi yàn pamọ́ lọ́jọ́ nǹkan ẹyẹ. In case you don't know the meaning of that song. That song has got a deep meaning. Some think is bóyá wọ́n lock yẹ sínú ilé àbótí kọ̀ọ̀kan. No. Nǹkan tó ń fi yàn pamọ́ lọ́jọ́ nǹkan ẹyẹ pọ̀ jaburata dànù. Ọjọ́ nǹkan ẹyẹ. Olúwa Ọlọ́run alààyè jọ̀wọ́ má fi èmi Àbíkẹ́ pamọ́ lọ́jọ́ nǹkan ẹyẹ. And you know bó ṣe ní fi rẹ pamọ́ gan ọwọ́ ara ẹ ló wà o. Is kó yá máa ṣe kíni? Kó yá máa múnú ara ẹ dùn. Tọ́rẹ̀ bá fẹ́ fi ẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ jẹ́ kán fi ẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ wo tí kó wá wọ́n wà lára wọn. Ìwọ tó sọ tiẹ̀ síta ni tó bá gbọ́ ìtàwọn náà bò máa bí aṣọ. Oh, worse times 10 ju tiẹ̀ lọ story. You see, most people that you see that parade their husband online, I want time what you want worse. Aye, want worse gidi gan. Relationship want sour. When you see and when you're talking about I'm not saying all of them. Taderi mi, ife mi, emi mi alade. Ah, Baba yala ya problem lo shele nínú home yen. They are just using that one to cover face. Why? Because wọ́n fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí life àwọn. Because what ti dàrú tán wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ fi wọ́n ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. Àwọn gangan ni. So it is better to have a genuine happiness than to fake it. It is those ones gangan man is psychological problem. Because lẹ́yìn gbogbo photo yẹn, you know, back to reality in the house. Back to reality. Wọ́n wá jókòó, ìwọ tó lọ́kọ gan life ẹ better títí wọn. Kí láǹfààní obìnrin tó wà nínú ilé ọkọ ẹ̀ tẹ́pọ̀ London kó káàkiri ni. Kí láǹfààní obìnrin tó wà nínú ilé ọkọ ẹ̀ ọkọ ò kí ń bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe ń gbọ́mọ kan wá fún lẹ́nìí náà ń gbọ́mọ kan wá fún lọ́la. Kí láǹfààní obìnrin tó wà nílé ọkọ ẹ̀ tó yẹ pé wà lọ máa gbọ́mọ àlè wálé lójoojúmọ́. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ ìbànújẹ́ tó wà nínú ẹ̀ ó pọ̀ ju nǹkan tẹ́ ń wò lọ. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ó pọ̀ bàjẹ́ tó bá máa jáṣànà tí ẹ jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé léyìí ó tún ti fọ́kọ kan lẹ́ni. If tó bá múnú ẹ̀dùn ọkọ tí ó bá múnú ẹ̀dùn yẹn yóò dànù. Ìjọ táláyé tí ń dáyé lóbìnrin tí ń fọ́kọ 6 ló ti ń fẹ́ 10 tó bá wùn. gbogbo àwọn ìyá wa àwọn Bafọláwíyọ àwọn Erelu Abíọ́lá Dòsùnmú gbogbo àwọn ìyá yẹn láyé jọ́sí àwọn fọkọ ṣeré ni kò sí big deal ńbẹ̀. You see àwọn tó já láyé ìgbà yẹn ni pé tí ilé ọkọ kò bá dùn mọ́ má lọ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ di wèrè síbẹ̀. Ọkùnrin mi tí ó bá bẹ́ kanlẹ̀ kó bá gbogbo account ẹ kanlẹ̀ kí ó empty gbogbo account ẹ kò ní dẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn because nǹkan tó wá ó ju nǹkan tí wọ́n rò lọ. Some of them are gold diggers. And they are not just there to dig your gold. They are there to wreck you mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. Even the children, tó ti bí tẹ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n bá yé wọn jẹ́ tán bá wọnú ayé ẹ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ ká lajú dáadáa. There are good men and there are so many bad ones out there. And ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin náà, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bá yé obìnrin jẹ́ kẹ́ tó dẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn. Obìnrin tí ó bá múnú yín dùn, ẹ filẹ̀, ẹ má nà. No, this is increasing by the day. I don't want to hear or I can't stand to see children go through this because of what the parents are going through. And it is because we parents refuse to identify the problem and to also move on. Move on. Make yourself happy. Marriage is not a do or die thing. Kò ṣe do or die. Ọkọ yẹn tó bá máa fi ẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ jẹ́ kó fi ẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ kò lè rọ́kọ kò fẹ́ mọ́ story yálà ya ọkọ wa ń ta bá ṣe ń sọ àwọn bad ones àwọn good ones wọ́n pọ̀ dànù ẹ mọ ọkùnrin náà tó wà single tán rí ìyàwó fẹ́ táwọn gan àìlórí obìnrin gan dà wọ́n gan láàmú ó so wọ́n lò lórí ọkọ ìgbà yẹn ń kọ́ ọkùnrin náà kì í lórí ìyàwó. But the most important thing is keeping your sanity intact. When you keep your sanity intact, it means there's assurance, there is hope that tomorrow is going to be better. If you are not a lucky one with men, don't bother yourself. You see, some women are not just lucky. Àwọn obìnrin tí wọ́n máa forí ṣe, tó máa fọ́nù ṣe, daddy ẹ káàárọ̀ sà, wọ́n máa ti gbé, they still behave like the olden days. Wọ́n ti gbé table, wọ́n ti gbé oúnjẹ sórí table, daddy ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ mo ti set kíní kan yín, wọ́n ò tẹ̀lé pọ́kọ wọn ní hó, ẹ̀nà tún máa ń lò fọ́kọ wọn. Mama denu le won le doko ọkọ wọn mú níbi tán bẹ̀rù ẹ̀ tán ní respect fún àwọn ní nǹkan ọwọ́ ní ọ̀pá daddy wa ẹ bá ti do wọn tán. You see those ones, even if you try láti expose wọn, they are not ready to. It is just the way they want to do their own thing. Ṣé mọ̀ àwọn Asian tó wà nínú ìlú yìí tẹ́ bá mọ̀ àwọn ìyàwó wọn tó ń go through domestic violence. When you go to school, for those people that takes children to school, if you agree with me, do you know those Asian tó bá di àárọ̀ ẹ máa rí mi bó ṣe máa rap ara ẹ̀, you will know she's not happy. They abuse their women like anything. You can tell when you drop children off. Some of them with their head drop down. Hello, hi. Wọ́n ti nà ọmọ jù àwọn Asian wọ́n nà ìyàwó wọn jù kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ. But you know, there are a few of them that want to judge you as much as their country is Islamic country. That some of them still have the courage to go their separate ways. And no reason the Asian community can separate. Oh, bad knockpa, oh, gbọ́dọ̀ madakeni, ko gbọ́dọ̀ so, ko gbọ́dọ̀ kai bonu ekeri bi toju eti dudu something of black blue. But when you go to school, you can tell a whole lot of them are not happy. You never get to see their husband bring children to school. And you can tell when such woman is going back home to cook, they must be ready at night for a fork. So you see, too many pressure. New shoulder obirin shafek pa obirin ni. Hi, boss Ganio. Le pa obirin. But when you think you cannot go on anymore, I advise you just opt out of such relationship. Jeje. Koto di ma bare. Nínú kòtò. Wọ́n gbọ́, àní ojú mi ò tẹ́yìn mọ́ ọmọ mi ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Bójú yín ò bá ti tẹ́yìn mọ́, ẹ lè sí ńbẹ̀ mọ́ o. Láti sọ fọ́mọ yín kó ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Ẹni ẹlẹ́ni ló máa bá yín darí wọn. Wọ́n máa tì wọ́n ríbó. Orí ẹ̀kẹ́ tó rí aláàánú tó máa tọ́jú ọmọ yín bí ẹ̀yin. Má ṣe bí ìyá ò lè dàbí ìyá. Even àwọn family member, àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n, àwọn àbúrò òṣì mi, wọn ò lè tọ́jú ọmọ ẹ bí ìwọ. Gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn ò lè bẹ́ẹ̀ tọ́jú ọmọ ẹbí ẹ. Mo ní mo ti rírí nínú ìlú ìtẹ́ pé àbúrò òkú tá ìkú nínú ìlú tá wà yìí ìyàwó ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni. Ẹ ti gbọ́ sórí ọ̀rẹ́ mi yẹn rí tán máa ń lọ mọ́ mi lẹ́sẹ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ sáré wá sílé fẹ́sìn tẹ́gbọ́n ẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ palẹ̀ mọ́ báyìí pálí ni. Pálí British àbúrò ẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n òdẹ̀ níwèé. For no reason, you know, should she come after the pálí first? It means our own self-interest. Bó ṣe máa kọ́kọ́ fi àwọn ọmọ yẹn gba ìwé. Sharing gbà tó kí pálí yẹn mọ́lẹ̀ tẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ wa bá pò pé kí ló fẹ́ fi pálí ó lóun fẹ́ gbé lọ fún lọ́yà wọn ì tí sin àbúrò ì tí péjọ mẹ́jọ nǹkan tí mo sọ yìí and she died of depression, the lady. Pardon me, she's about my age mate. Tó bá wà láyé lẹ́ni bóyá pé 45 ìyá Bíọ́lá. Bóyá pé 45, she died in 2000 and I think she died 2011. Shemo, people go through a lot of stress. Kò séyàn kankan bí kankan. If you think you have one man tó fẹ́ parẹ́ lé lórí tó bá kú tán kò ní tọ́jú ọmọ tó bí fún gan débi pé ó máa tọ́jú àwọn ètò tí kọ́kọ́ bí síta. That is why ojú mẹ́wàá ò lè dàbí ojú ẹni ẹ ṣé Adémídùn. Ojú mẹ́wàá ò lè dàbí ojú ẹni. So ẹ̀yin obìnrin nígbà tẹ́ wà láyé, you need to do the needful. Gbogbo àwa obìnrin African women, we don't even know our right legally. We don't know how to prepare a better ground for our children because of their tomorrow. If this lady had not done what she did now, if she had not used that number 6 pay, in continue go through best in kọ́kọ́ escape. Ó kọ́kọ́ escape pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Òun ni story ẹ̀ tún ṣe better lẹ́ni. It's sad that she's no more. But to report she kọ́kọ́ ronú pé wo, let me secure my children's future. She secured their future by bringing them abroad first. And when she knew she was going to die, that her illness was terminal, she quickly put down, a will. That please, my children must be taken care of by so person. I do not want them going there. A lot of you, Tomani Pekelo she will. I went to the bank recently and they were telling me, oh, you have to do a life insurance. I was forced to do it. What is life insurance? It is the only thing that your children can gain. Illiteracy lo man ronu. Bí a ṣe man ronu yẹn. Illiterate èèyàn ló máa rò pé kàn máa yọ £10 nínú account mi. Ó tán bá yọ £10, tán yọ £9, tán yọ £12. You are safeguarding and securing the future in case anything happen to you. If per adventure you think you're going to be, as old as 80 or 70 or 90, and there are things, that happens to people in life that will take total precedence over what you have prepared for yourself. So, only prepare I just showed you my grandma now. She's ill and healthy. She was talking to her great-grandchildren yesterday. Angela and Timmy was talking to her. They were, but, see how more your daughter malolaye only prepare only only prepare ni. So I always tell people now that life insurance, if you live abroad, life insurance is very, very important. Emi Abike, I cannot join anything with any man. Either husband or boyfriend, I cannot join. My thing is my thing, my own policy. I don't want to join. I don't want to buy house together with him. I don't want to, no, ojutila. There are so many evil women out there that when they gain access into your husband's life, the way they will remold him, that they will turn him against his family, you will not believe it. Your once loving husband will now suddenly become, an irritant around you. He will now become someone that you cannot even go near anymore. Ọlọ́run ló mọjọ́ téèyàn máa kú torí ẹ̀, èèyàn láti prepare lálẹ́. Ẹ má wo títọkùnrin o, most of them are beastly. They are so beastly. There are some, few good ones, but most of them are really beastly. Gbogbo problem tó bìnrin face yìí, it is due to wàhálà ọkùnrin, most of them. I know life do deal with some people, but then most of the problem àwọn tí à ń gbọ́ recently, based on experience, ọkùnrin ló ń cause èyí tó pọ̀ jù ńbẹ̀. Tẹ́bà lọ mọ nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe, ẹ láti mọ nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe. Lágbájá kan máa fi mí ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. Tó bá fi yẹn ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, ńjọ́ títí tí ẹ bá dé, ṣó máa tún fara ẹ̀ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ ni. Ó máa bò mọ́ra ni. Ìyẹn náà ń sọ pé ó dé bólúgbọ́n, olúgbọ́n gbà mọ́ra, ó dé bá rẹ̀ ṣàwá nígbà tiẹ̀. Òun kò ní lè padà wá bẹ pé ọ̀rẹ́ mi, nǹkan tó máa ń go through èmi náà mo máa kàn mú mọ́ra ni. Everybody ló ní size here nínú relationship things they are dealing with. So do not give enemy chance to triumph over you or to laugh over you. Whilst you're still alive, you can just make a change. Because mo nǹkan tí ọ̀la dì mú o. Mo ń bẹ̀ yín torí Ọlọ́run ẹ̀yin obìnrin. Speak out. There are so many people that is going through the same thing you are not going to go through. That way, if you talk to them, they'll say, "Oh, Tite, me no. How are you handling it? Ah, bye emotion. If the advice is not working for you, just move away. Jeje pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ẹ lọ tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ ẹ kó ṣe ya wọn kalẹ̀. Ọkùnrin mi ò lè stand kóbìnrin kan òun lẹ̀. Ó máa wọlé ogun tì yín ni. Bí kò ya wèrè. Bí kò máa hun ọkùnrin kankan mọ́ gbogbo bí tó bá ń dé. I'm telling you, African men, Nigerian men most especially. Èyí tó bá ní ego burúkú nu wọn tí ó lè fẹ́ ti pé ó ti kọ̀ mí lẹ̀. He cannot even tell his friends, "Oh, we are divorced." He would rather cover his shame by destroying you. There are some of them. You see, lẹ́nu ìgbà tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ blogging, my ears are full. If you hear what happens to people on a daily basis in their relationship or beginning, I'm telling you, ẹ̀rù ayé á bà yín pé ọkùnrin burú. So why tó fi wà ní ayé? Ó better kó secure la àwọn ọmọ ẹ lẹ̀. Ọkùnrin mi ò fẹ́ kó kọ̀ òun lẹ̀ kó lè lọ sọ fún ẹbí ẹ̀ pé ó mà ti kọ̀ mí, ó ti fọ́kọ mi. Ó rí like nǹkan tìjú. Meanwhile, òun ní the cause of the separation. But he does not want you to move on. He will go from length to destroy you. A ní kàn dá ẹ̀tẹ̀ sí ẹ lára ò ní wọn ọkùnrin kankan. Tẹ́lẹ̀ bá gbé aṣọ ẹlẹ̀ ni. Títí òun bá gbé aṣọ ẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n máa dú ẹ kiri, wọ́n máa jù ẹ lẹ̀ ni. I'm telling you, do you know how many women go through this? I'm telling you. I have spoken to a lot of women. Lẹ́nu bàtà bẹ̀rẹ̀, mo ti gbọ́ ìrírí ayé oríṣiríṣi tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn èèyàn. You'll be wondering, kí ni mo ò mọ̀ ṣe? Oko mo mọ̀ ọdún, mo ń tún lè ṣe, mo ń sóúnjẹ fún bọ̀bọ̀, but he does not just want to tie the knot with me. Why? Because ọkọ tó kọ̀ lẹ́yìn so burú. African men á dá nǹkan sí ẹ lára. Wọ́n máa gbé ẹ, wọ́n máa jù ẹ lẹ̀ ni. Òun náà ready láti marry ẹ o. Bó máa sọ pé ṣé yẹn, wọ́n máa gbé until you are able to break that jinx, the yoke. Instead of you giving yourself some psychological and emotional problem, oh, ṣe takule. Wọ́n níbi tí bàtà bá ti ń dùn yàn lẹ́sẹ̀, ibẹ̀ nìyàn ti máa ń takule. Tó bá ti ń tẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀, ibẹ̀ ló ti gbọ́dọ̀ takule. Má fàyè ẹlẹ́ fọkùnrin kankan láti dictate láti sọ bí tó máa lọ fún ẹ. Má ṣàyè ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀. I need to run the heater. Má ṣàyè ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìwọ nìkan ló lè fight fún ara ẹ. Má jẹ́ kó dìgbà tọkùnrin bá pa ẹ́ sáyé, kán bá pa àwọn ọmọ ẹ sáyé kó tó sọ̀rọ̀ jáde. Má dìgbà tó bá ya wèrè. Mo mọ obìnrin kan ní Dublin tó fẹ́ bọ̀bọ̀ kan tó máa ń ṣe fíìmù ńgbà yẹn, gbogbo yẹn máa ti mẹ́ni tí mò ń sọ yìí. Tó fẹ́ bàbá Tùnú àbí kíní kan. Real life woman yẹn ni kọ́lọ́n ṣàánú ẹ̀. Ẹ mọ iye èèyàn tó yẹ pé wọ́n kọ̀ déédéé pass out. Wọ́n nínú ìlú òyìnbó tá wà tẹ́ pé wọn ò ní rí nǹkan tó ṣe next wọ́n á gbé wọn sórí life support machine. Èèyàn tí ò sick for long, that is what they call accumulated stress. It would have been settling beneath your body. It would have been settling in your brain. And because you fail to acknowledge it, because you fail to address it, to say the way it is, díẹ̀ bó ṣe máa pààyàn nìyẹn. Wàá kàn rí pé lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà kíní yẹn kàn mú ọ̀tá ẹ̀ lọ ní gbúrúm. Àwọn èèyàn máa wá sí hospital, àwọn ní ìyá kíní kan kò máa dédé sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́. Because ó ti bo nǹkan mọ́ra jù. Nǹkan tí ìyá kíní yẹn bò mọ́ra ó ti pọ̀ jù. Nǹkan tó bò mọ́ra ti pọ̀ jù. Kò ṣe fẹ́ tí gbọ́. Kò fẹ́ kó fi òun ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. You are covering up. Ọkùnrin tó ṣe ẹ̀ ní wèrè bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń cover up fún. Tó mọ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ pé kò kí ń ṣe bàbá gidi. Òun náà máa lọ pé, do you want to take over the custody of your children? He will be more than happy to say yes, because he cannot wait to get rid of you. They don't care. When there's another woman licking his balls, telling him, don't worry, darling. Bóyá ti rọ́mọ kékeré kan tó máa fẹ́ lé ẹni. Bóyá ti rí ìyá kan tó ṣẹ̀fọ́ fún àwọn ìyá àgbàyà wọn yóò fò tó yẹ pé ọmọ kékeré náà máa lé káàkiri inú London. Wọ́n ṣẹ̀fọ́ fún àgbàgbé ẹ pẹ̀lú ọmọ finish. Instead kí wọ́n náà kó ya picky pieces yẹ kó lọ wá ọkọ gidi kó fẹ́. Wàá máa open dejọ́ tí ìyá yẹn máa fi filẹ̀. Ó mọ̀ pé tí ìyá yẹn gan bá filẹ̀ wọ́n á ti ba ayé ẹ̀jẹ̀. They won't be the same person again. Wọ́n á ti pa gbogbo kádàrá ẹ̀dá. Tó yẹ pé it cannot even be the same husband àfi tọ́lọ́run bá fẹ́ kó yín yọ. You think all these older women that go after younger men, you think ojú lásán ni? Wọ́n á fi oògùn bá ti ẹ̀jẹ̀ jẹ́ ẹ̀fọ́. ẹ máa rí wọn tó máa parade ọmọ tó jùlọ 8 years 10 years as their boyfriend wọn náà kọ́ mi ní ọkọ̀ǹbọ̀ wọ́n ti finish here, they are finished, gone. Tó bá ń gbọ́ done job, done and dusted. Tó bá máa padà wálé wá bá wọ ó rò kó máa padà wá sẹ́yìn odindi ni wọ́n ti bá gbogbo àlámọ̀rí ẹ̀ jẹ́ láyé. It can never be the same person again. And ìwọ ló máa wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà kò wá ní yí ẹ owó ní gbọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ ìwọ wá máa ṣe wàhálà lójoojúmọ́ wàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní faṣẹ́ wàá máa faṣẹ́ ìwọ ló máa bọ ó fẹ́ parẹ́ ni wàá ṣe gbogbo ṣẹ́ yẹn títí tó máa fi depress tí wàhálà ní ayé máa fi wá pàwọ́ fún rárá ẹ nígbà tí ó lè ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ nígbà tó ti pa kádàrá ẹ̀dà débi pé kò lè mú ordinary owó oúnjẹ lẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ mọ́ á wá di pé wọ́n ló máa faṣẹ́ bàbá lágbájọ́ ti lọ bí wọn fún iṣẹ́ because wọ́n ti pa kádàrá ẹ̀dà bí tó kọ́kọ́ rìn lọ gbogbo àwa kó sí wọn lórí gbogbo àwa máa ṣe wàhálà stress when you don't rest enough ìwọ ló fẹ́ gbólé ló fẹ́ gbọ́tọ̀ ó máa ń pa obìnrin ni gradually òun para ẹ̀ díẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé èpà ń para ẹ̀ ó lóun ń pajá ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ má para yín kẹ́ rò pé ń pajá ó bẹ́tà kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ ọkùnrin náà tó mọ̀ pé same thing ìwọ náà ń go through pé ọmọbìnrin yẹn ó fún ẹ ní problem kí ló ṣe é tó lè filẹ̀ ṣé dandan ni relationship ni ó ṣe dandan náà ẹ má para yín kẹ́ tó wá sọ ayé ara yín náà don't kill yourself marriage is not a do or die. I know there are some people that they cannot survive without ọkọ. Àwọn ọkùnrin mi náà wọ́n lè survive without ìyàwó. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ káyé yín bàjẹ́. Kó bàjẹ́ tán kọjá àtúnṣe. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kẹ́ ti wọnú kòtò. Kẹ́ tó mọ̀ pé yes, ẹ ti finish ara yín ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kẹ́ ti wọnú kòtò. You need to know what you are doing, right? Ẹ láti mọ̀. You need to know when to stop. You need to know when to act. Má parẹ́ ẹ má ṣe ra yín léṣe kẹ́ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe nǹkan tó bá yẹ kẹ́ ṣe. You know, I'm sorry. It's quite sunny here. Bó ṣe wà sunny yẹn náà dẹ̀ ni. Òtútù burúkú ni. So mo sọ fún yín ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, ẹ wake up. Wọ́n ní kíyàn jẹ̀bà ó bẹ́tà ju kíyàn jọba lọ. Kó kúkú jẹ̀bà ó bẹ́tà ju kó jọba lọ. Má parẹ́ kò séyàn kankan bí kankan kò sọ́kùnrin kankan bí kankan tó máa bẹ gbé wàhálà ẹ kò sí tó bá tiẹ̀ máa lọ fọ́kọ mi ṣó fẹ́ lọ fọ́kọ mi àsìwèrè nígbà tó rí ẹ bá ti yí nígbà tó bá ti yá wèrè torí ẹ ti yí tó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe mọ́ ṣégbà yẹn ló fẹ́ lọ fọ́kọ when you have lost your sanity ṣégbà yẹn ló fẹ́ fọ́kọ ọkọ ló fẹ́ fẹ́ nígbà tí o lè reason bí èèyàn gidi mọ́ so when you have the chance you know to correct things you better do it ẹ má lọ para yín kò ń ṣègbà tọkùnrin bá nú ẹ tó ń fún ẹ lórí tó ń fún ẹ ní ìyẹn nìkan kan náà pè ní domestic violence no ìyẹn nìkan kan mo ti rí ọkùnrin tó yẹ pé ó fẹ́ ọmọ kékeré tí ọmọ yẹn bá ń jáde báyìí tọmọ yẹn bá ti wọṣọ tó wọ gbogbo ẹ ó máa gbọ́ but get in here wá bọ́ sórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì òun fẹ́ dó ẹ tó bá ní kí ló dé kí ló fa dídó ẹ bó ṣe múra yẹn ó wọ G-string you are too sexy I have a feeling pé ó fẹ́ lọ ṣàgbèrè ni. That is what they call rape or rape when. Ìgbà tí ìyàwó ẹ bá múra tó look nice tán, ìgbà ẹ ló máa ní kó get in here, ó fẹ́ do. Why tó ṣe máa múra bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? Ó force ẹ̀dọ̀ ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. It's not a consented kinní from her. Ó force ẹ̀dọ̀. Rape ni, but because most Nigerian women they don't know better. You know, our traditional culture does not permit us to say some things. You know, there's so many things. Don't depress obìnrin. Àwọn ọkùnrin mi ẹ máa báyàn sùn títí wàá máa dú ọmọ yóò lè ever come. Ìwọ nìkan ló fẹ́ enjoy sex. Ìwọ ló fẹ́ come within 5 minutes. The fun is over. You don't care about her. It is good for both parties to reach climax. Ó yẹ kẹjọ reach orgasm ni. It will help her mental state. There's so many wonders that reaching, you know, climax, orgasm, that it does to a woman's body. To a woman's body. So when you deprive her, only you want to come, only you want to climb back. Or that it that for only 5 minutes and you don't care about her. You don't feel for her. You don't want to know if she's satisfied or not. You are only after your own satisfaction. That is not sex. No. You're patronizing your wife like an adult. sorry, like an harlot to lo fi relieve ara ẹ ní hotel òun ló ń ṣe fún ìyàwó lé ẹ yẹn, in case you don't know. Ó ṣe ìyàwó ẹ bí aṣẹ́wó, because tí ó bá ń ṣe aṣẹ́wó ni wọ́n fẹ́ come òun ò come. You see, and every day she will sit down there, she does not know the difference, or she probably knows, but because of our background and African belief, a lady feels, oh, timba sọ̀rọ̀, ó máa sọ pé aṣẹ́wó ni mí, timba ni mi ò wà satisfied, ó máa rò bóyá ajá ti gbé dán mi lọ ni. And she's not doing anything wrong if she sorrows that she's not satisfied, but because you know what you're doing and you're gradually depressing this woman, in case you don't know, any chance to bari láti cheat, to bad do for the first time, to do that 30 minutes lórí ẹ tí ó come ibi tí problem tí ma setting nìyẹn. You are depressing her gradually, you're depressing her. Obo ruyan mole kò reach climax. Oh bere, are you satisfied, my darling? Atu didi, atu love for sure, atu dan, atu ma omo law school. African men with their madness. I always tell people that when I come back, I'm going to marry an Oyinbo. If not a white Oyinbo, at least someone that has got Western orientation. You see, I always tell people, to ba fe remarry, you see, for the ones who want to watch CB, there are ways that they reason, you know, for a nice, reasonable man. You will see that their ways of reasoning is quite different from that of an African man, of a Nigerian man. Because àwọn ọkùnrin London, America, whatever, ìmínú wọn tí ó bá kí ń ṣe gold digger, ọmọ ọmọ bó ṣe ń pamper obìnrin. They understand what it means to have sex with your wife and you don't satisfy them. They know the implication. They wouldn't want her láti lọ máa ṣèrànù. She get. Ó ti mọ̀ pé ọmọ tí mi ò dó dáadáa yìí, tó bá ẹ já síta pẹ́rẹ́, tó bá ẹ já síta, wọ́n bá mi dópa. Wọ́n dópa tẹ́ pé wọ́n gan ò ní lè control ẹ mọ́. Kí ló ń sọ yìí? Rubbish, jálajàla. Ó ń depress obìnrin ní oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló ń depress ẹ. Òun nìkan ló máa lọ ra pampers bó ṣe ń do ló ṣe ń lóyún, òun ló máa lọ ra pampers, ló máa lọ ṣe shopping, òun ló máa gbé gbogbo nǹkan. Kí láǹfààní ìwà àsọkọ̀lé? Kí ló ń fa yí ẹ ṣe? What are the things you have done to assist her? Ó fẹ́ dọ́là, ó fẹ́ kó lọ ra oúnjẹ, ó fẹ́ kó tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ, ó fẹ́ kó lọ mọ́ school, wọ́n bá pe parents teachers meeting. Òun yìí nìkan ni you are overworking her brain. And this is where depression begins. It will just burst out one day. Pressure on the brain. Oh man, that be magic in the job to burst out. It will burst out. Boom. You walk on in the column holiday law. Australia, Nigeria, not real Spain, not real America. Obìnrin baby factory to gbe sílé o mojo to ma gbe travel. Oh, ní gbe travel. Oh, gbe lọ síbi kankan. You are depressing her. You are depressing her. You are making her feel unwanted. You suddenly find her, you know, ugly. Echo fine more. It is what you have reduced her to be that you are looking at. So ẹ̀yin obìnrin náà tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ti rí pé gbogbo ilé ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pé ẹ lè deal pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ mọ́. You leave him alone and let him fuck off, man. Rather than you going depressed kó lọ ya wèrè tẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ ẹ same way bó ṣe ń treat ẹ náà ló ṣe máa treat àwọn ọmọ ẹ. Let me tell you, they can't be any better to their children. Their money, and then another woman will come and they will still treat that other woman the same way they treated you. Wọn kì í wà nice anybody. The only training tí wọ́n ní ni láti máa wà horrible sobìnrin. But when you're a woman and you're going through all this, why do you have to stick it? Why do you have to be there? You don't have to be there. It's not a must. Èmi ò mọ̀ wẹ̀ tẹ́ ṣe máa kàn ní dandan pé ọkọ dọ́dọ̀. Èmi ò ráyè ọkọ dọ́dọ̀. Àbí wèrè lọ́kọ ni. Lọ́kàn Àbíkẹ́. Èmi ò lè ya wèrè. Inú gbogbo èèyàn Àbíkẹ́ ni ò lè ya wèrè jù. Mo like oko burúkú bẹ́ ṣe rí mi. Chai. There's anything that makes me happy. Ẹkọ jẹ́ njókòó tí oko yẹn máa sọ di oúnjẹ ni. Máa sọ di oúnjẹ, máa fi run pákó báyìí. Máa jẹ́nu rẹ̀ sí. Máa fi wẹ̀. Tí má ti ṣe yẹn báyìí, every other thing máa wà active ni throughout the day. Mo máa wà active, ẹ máa pẹ́nu mi máa dùn ní kí ló kàn mí. Bí n dẹ̀ ṣe yẹn ṣáà jẹ́ kí n máa ṣáà jẹ́ ayé orí mi. Ipa tí bá wù mí lọ jẹ́ ń wọṣọ tó wù mí. Mo like aṣọ, mo ní addiction fún pé kí n kàn máa shop kí n máa kó sílé. It makes me happy. I take my children out. You see, nǹkan yẹn kan tí mi ò lè jẹ́ kéèyàn gbà lọ́wọ́ mi làwọn ọmọ mi, because when I see them, I'm happy. But remember, when you don't have a sound state of mind, you cannot take care of those children you claim you love. You need to be in a sound state of mind for you to do all this on Timon Soyi. Because èmi sọ tèmi, mo máa sọ fún àwọn tó súnmọ́ mi pé èmi ò ń fi oko yẹn ṣeré. Èmi ò nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe tó lè dùn mí jẹ gbọ́ tí yẹ sábọ̀dù ó máa ní oko ló máa pẹ́ oko yẹn mi ti fẹ́ kó pa mí. Yes. Tó bá ti ń dùn mọ́ mi, ẹ mọ ọdún tèmi ò fi dóko èmi ti ṣe bí 6 years rí táwa yóò dóko tá ṣe good girl I don't want people kada fún good girl lo ṣùgbọ́n torí ẹ bá yíwo you will not be there ọkùnrin tó lè pẹ́ sáyé lójú ayé ọ̀rọ̀ pé tó bá kú kí àpakú ẹni. Go and listen. I saw on what is this Ewe guy blogger. He posted something yesterday about the guy we were talking about, that's Victor Olaya, you know, that woman beater, you know. On what post here, go and listen to the things. Only he did an interview. All of you should go to Akinwumi Shukuma Amadu Abikiloruko. Please, guys, if you remember that blogger, that's Yewe's blogger, he's on his page. He posted something about that Victor. Only what do you miss mostly about your wife? Only her food. Can you imagine? Only what do you miss? Her pussy. Just tell them you miss my pussy so much because what do you miss mostly about me? Abike, her pussy ni. Omo fún yín omo nje si omo gbogbo omo tọ́jú ọkọ ana de eri isa food olobuku jẹun ko ku ó ti fọmọ lọ́mọ sí kitchen ó ti senje ó ti lo gbogbo ayé ta. You know, when you have good sex to okay, it doesn't have to be with your husband. If you don't have a husband, try and get a nice partner, a regular one that will care for you. Àwọn ọmọ mi kan wà ngboro sin àwọn kan wà available fún dido ni. Tomati dobìnrin tó bá po fẹ́ dàbí ro èmi yìí ọmọ tó bá ń gbọ́ oga days good is going to be good true be mama yo lo ni kí ló kàn mí ẹ má ma fúnra yín wà láńlé ayé ide bí pé má lọ ya wèrè orí yín ayi ẹ wá lọ kúkú òjijì àwọn akọ àwọn ọmọ yín lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn ìyá olórí burúkú tán fẹ́ kí àwọn ìyá wèrè tán fẹ́ǹsì yín pàápàá tán máa fún wọn lówó wọ́n fẹ́ kí ìyàwó lé gan kú ni. I know someone in this London to ọmọ kékeré ni ìyàwó ẹ̀ ti ya wèrè ó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìyá olórí burúkú kan ló ń dó kiri London tó bá ní kinní kan ìyá yẹn gan fẹ́ kí wèrè yẹn continue bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú ayé ìyàwó ẹ̀ so that a lè máa du ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ ẹ rò pé adónilọ́kọ kan fojú re wo ni ẹ bá ti wá wèrè tí yín ti bá yín nìyẹn o ẹ̀yin obìnrin ẹ jẹ́ wake up. Depression is real. And it's not everybody that is going to be lucky like that's my role model Betty Rabo. It's not everybody that will be lucky with her like her that will beat the thing. A lot of people do beat depression, but let me tell you, go to the hospital, go and see how many people depression is killing. Once they want to life support machine, hello me to the vegetable. Or to the vegetable 1 month, cotton shema. Hello me to the vegetable 1 month, cotton she. You know. Ẹni tọ́lọ́mbà kó yọ tọ́lọ́mbà fẹ́ yombe òun ló máa rí depression beat ló máa jẹ́ pé kò ní pẹ́ is killing so many people these days. Tẹ́pẹ́ you know by the time they have one crisis or two they are gone. Ẹ máa gbọ́n wà lórí ọmọ dẹ̀ ti wà lórí life support machine ó ti finish nìyẹn wọ́n ti pass away. Kí láǹfààní èèyàn wà láyé ó wá ó ti kú ó ti wà oni má jà wà láyé gẹ́gẹ́ bí aláìsí láyé. Ìyẹn wà láyé bí aláìsí láyé nìyẹn because nígbà tó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe mọ́ ó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn ọmọ ẹ. Your sanity is gone. So women, wake up. Marriage is not a do or die. You don't have to be there. Una man sort àwọn single parents wọ́n ní àwọn ọmọ London wọ́n ma responsible orí yín burú ẹ̀yin responsible. You know some men, when you marry an African man and you now have the opportunity to come abroad, and when you come abroad, you see, if you allow westernization to influence you a bit, I'm not talking of negative, you know, influence now, because it does have its own good and bad side, you know, the advantages and the disadvantages, you know, of this system. You know, if you don't let it go into your head, there are so many things you will be exposed to abroad. You see, I want more tangbe loyinbo no matter pe aja ju àwọn ọmọ tó wà ní Nigeria ló ń gbà mí, because àwọn ọmọ Nigeria yẹn ò tí làjú, àwọn kan yẹn go fẹ́ kan làjú, because ṣé tí mo pé tó bá wá sí ìlú yìí ìgbà tí táwọn ń gbà ẹ̀yàn ìlú yìí náà ti máa sọ fún ẹ pé domestic violence ló ń jẹ́ pọlọ́pàá sí wèrè, tó bá wá pọlọ́pàá sí wọn, tó bá máa rojọ́ wèrè a ò ní bílí pé ìyàwó mi pọlọ́pàá, kí ni ìwọ ṣe fún? I'm not saying gbogbo wọn náà ni wọ́n wà justify tán pọlọ́pàá, but ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin náà kí lẹ ṣe kán tó pọlọ́pàá sí yín? Ó ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ni torí àhájú ó fi 40 ẹyọ kan bá mi ṣeré ipò mu, ó ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́la ó fi gbà tí bá mi ṣeré igba o, ojú tán gbàgbò lẹ́ni gbà lọ́la ẹ mọ̀ pé tí ó bá fọ́ yóò mọ̀ wo balabala ni, ó lè sọ mí dá láàbò ara, èmi gan ju ẹsẹ̀yìn bars wọ́n ti ẹ mọ́lé má dé ho mo sa sala fún ẹ̀mí mi ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ò ráyé òṣì so better kẹ́yìn obìnrin wake up ó ti máa ń ṣe kíní yẹn tipẹ́ you know I was speaking to someone lóní ẹ ó ti máa ń nà mí tipẹ́ bọ̀ mi ìfẹ́ kó dà pé àwọn ẹbí ẹ máa gbọ́n sí wọ́n lé mi mo fọlọ́pàá mú ẹ mo ní bọ̀ ṣó máa da táwọn ẹbí títí ẹ bá gbọ́ pé ó ti ya wèrè àti pé wọ́n ti tì ẹ mọ́lé would you rather go you know mad insane mental because you don't want to report this man at the end of the day Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó sẹ́rí ẹ̀ mọ́ gidi kí ẹ̀jẹ̀ bó ní ara ẹ̀ mọ record of àwọn obìnrin tí ọkùnrin náà pátá ní in the last 5 years ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọ́n reducing it because there's been awareness in Nigeria as well pé ẹnikẹ́ni tí ó bá fi lè ná obìnrin àbí kó fọwọ́ kàn ní Nigeria sí it's not an offense criminal offense ni wọ́n kà kún sí yìí and your case is tenable in the court of law abẹ́ finish ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣàṣẹ́wọ̀n ó lọ nìyẹn bá gbọ́ ó lọ rẹ̀ yẹn kí ló kàn mí wèrè tó bá tá yí ẹ̀ wọ́n ò ní máa na obìnrin mọ́ láyé ayé ẹ̀. Well, I don't know what men think in their head when they raise their hand as a woman. It's like you are beating your own mother. Imagine you giving your mother ìyá ẹ̀ tó bí ẹ ló ń fún ní blow ló ń gbá lójú yẹn ọkùnrin tó bá ná ìyàwó ilé ẹ̀ ìyá ẹ̀ ló ná. Imagine your mother saying yeah bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe rí lára ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó ná. Ó ń gba etí obìnrin ó ń fún lẹ́sẹ̀ ó ń kíkì ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ẹlòmíì ẹ̀ tún gàgí ẹ̀ lọ́rùn ẹ̀ fún lọ́rùn olóbùkún ẹ fẹ́ pa fún àwọn ọmọ tó bí. Ìwọ náà imagine kó jẹ́ ìyá ẹ̀ ló ń ṣe yeah bó ṣe ń kíkì òun yẹn. You're beating your mother. A woman tó ń dó lálẹ́ tẹ́pọ̀ òun ló máa dó you know. Obìnrin tó ń dó tó ń bá sùn kí ló dé tẹ́ pé ìyẹn ló fẹ́ máa nà ó mọ̀ pé ó ti parẹ́ ẹni nǹkan tó lè fi parẹ́ jù ní pé kó máa nà obìnrin tó ń dó òun ló máa finish ẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ wa sọ tọ́wọ́ lóbìnrin mi ó ń pa ọkùnrin Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ káwa bá wọn ṣerú ẹ̀bọ̀ ṣẹ́rí àròkàn ó máa ń móbìnrin ṣìwàwù ń gbà mí tẹ́pà pé kí ló dé tí mi ò kúkú pa wèrè olórí burúkú tó dá ìtàn sí mi lára yìí nígbà tá a wà lórí Instagram wèrè kan sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá ó ní how can they kick a woman in the breast and it will become cancerous? How can it not become cancerous? Nǹkan ẹlẹ́gẹ́ ni ọyàn ọ̀rá ni ọyàn Ọlọ́run má mú wa mo ti rí ẹni tí wọ́n gún nígò nínú ọyàn rí. I'm talking of some 10 years ago. This my friend. Tọ́kọ ẹ lọ gún nígò. Ó fọ́ kíní lantern. Ẹyin àtùpà yẹn tí ó máa wà nínú lantern. Ọkọ ẹ̀ dẹ̀ tìbọ̀ nínú ọyàn. Ó tìbọ̀ nínú ọyàn. Tẹ́ bá rí ọ̀rá tó jáde nínú ọyàn. Ọyàn wa ìtàn ló wà sensitive tán ní nǹkan kò gbọdọ̀ ṣe yìí. Ẹ gbọ́ bàbá yẹn lánàá. Bàbá yẹn ní òun ibi táwọn pamper obìnrin dé pé kódà táwọn bá fẹ́ do. That is the old man that called that he's been in relationship in his marriage for 42 years. Wọ́n ní kódà tí n bá fẹ́ ṣe ti bí gan pé nǹkan ẹlẹ́gẹ́ ni mo máa ń bí ni pé ṣó ń dùn ṣó ń ta ọkùnrin mélòó ló fẹ́ bí ẹ bóyá ó ń dùn ẹ bóyá ó ń ta ẹ ó ń pẹ́ kó tó tà yẹ ẹ pa ní káwọn ti come ni rubbish, absolute rubbish. Nigerian men, you need to step up your game and start behaving maturely. Stop treating women like your slaves. Kò dá kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó dá. Stop treating us like your slaves. You don't have to kill her before she dies. Ẹ ti pọ̀ obìnrin mi sáyé. Ẹ wá ń bèrè pé ṣé ìyẹn lè become cancerous. Wọ́n gúnyàn lọ́yàn. Ọyàn yẹn ń ṣọ́ra. Ọyàn tó sọ fún wa pé ká máa look out for anything tó bá fi lè jọ bí lump nínú ọyàn ẹ kó tètè pariwo síta o. If there's any kókó pariwo síta o. Òun ló máa lọ fọ́ọ̀mù. Àwa fọ́ọ̀mù pus. Àwa máa yọ ọyún. Nǹkan tó ń yọ ọyún. Ẹ fẹ́ sọ pé ẹ mọ̀ pé ọyàn yẹn ó ti wà infected ní túmọ̀ ẹ̀ tó bá ti ń yọ ọyún. Nǹkan tó ń yọ ọyún tó ń yọ pus tó ń yọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ń yọ clot of ẹ̀jẹ̀ nínú ọyàn ọ̀rá nìna wọn ní kó máa yẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kó máa mi rò pé tán bá fi píìnì gún ọyàn gan ó yẹ kó yẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọ̀rá ló yẹ kó máa yọ mílìkì. Ìgbà tó wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣe tán ó wá sọ pé yẹn kò lè wà cancerous. Of course ara yìí yàtọ̀ ó depend lébi tí kíkì ẹ tí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹ tó ti bá such man ó yẹ kó regret for the rest of his life kó máa kẹ́ kó máa ní kí ló dé kó máa sọ sínú ara ẹ̀ pé èmi ni mo pa ìyàwó mi èmi mo pa ó yé mi jù ẹ̀yin lọ. Nǹkan tó yẹ kó máa ṣe ní ẹrú ẹ̀kọ́ ló yẹ kó tún bá níbi tó máa sọ pé o fẹ́ gba ọmọ kan àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ wá gbé wọn lọ sí kóòtù wèrè àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ kó compensate with whatever it is tán bá fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ for the rest of their lives. Anything they want ló yẹ kó máa fún wọn because guilt tó yẹ kó máa mú ẹ pé I killed their mom. How do men feel when you kill your wife through beating and they ended up dying in the hospital? How do you feel? Don't you carry that sense of guilt, that cross for the rest of your life? And I know. àwọn ọkùnrin mi sunkún àdá inú pé if only I know better àwọn ò bá má ṣe rú ẹ̀. Mọ̀ dẹ̀ ṣe anything láti step up game yín pé no. You know, obìnrin ní lọ́wọ́ ọkùnrin ní lọ́wọ́ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú sùúrù. Wọ́n sọ pé ilé ọkọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ilé ìyàwó náà ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ni. Ìwọ kọ́ ló bí náà kò ń ṣọmọ ẹ̀ kò ń ṣàkọ́bí ẹ̀ kò ń ṣe bàbá ẹ̀ ló bí. Ìyá ẹ̀ kọ́ ló ń do òun ló ń do. Wọ́n tó bá ti ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ díẹ̀ nínú ni gbàsgbòs. Mo gbọ́ pa wèrè kan tán ló gbá ìyàwó ẹ̀ lójú nínú London yìí ojú obìnrin yẹn dẹ̀ fọ́ ó kojú kan. Ló bú kọkùnrin kan fọ́ mi lójú àwọn máa jẹ poison o. Jésù ń gbọ́ ìjẹ̀búrí mi wà èmi lè gbàrú ẹ̀ láyé àfikún òun náà fọ́ lójú o àjọ máa bá ń bí àlà yẹn ni o no mi ìfẹ́ gbọ́ pé I will marry you for the rest of my life I will be with you èmi náà láti make sure pé àjọ wà ní level bá ń bí àlà ìyá Súlè ó lè fọ́ mi lójú o láti bí nínà ń bá nu kò lè fucking possible man fọ́ mi lójú báwo ṣé kémi wá máa rẹ́rìn kí wọ́n wá máa lójú ẹ̀ méjì kémi wá máa gbójú kan ọmọ nìṣọ́ síbi tá ti máa lọ donate highs tí n bá lè rógùn tí máa fi fojú ẹ̀ wọ́n náà wá lọ mójú kan lẹ̀ fáwọn tán lójú rárá tán wá iye ọkàn kadẹ̀jọ wà ní wọ́n bámbá ṣe ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ̀ kò sí iye ẹ̀bẹ̀ tó lè bẹ̀ mí láyé tí máa fi forgive ẹ̀ ó lè dẹ́ mi légbodò kó ṣe mí léṣe ojú kan tó kù tíyàn bá dàgbà tán tí ó bá lọ kárì mi wọ òdèjì ńkọ́ kó lọ máa wíkì kó máa wo bàlàbàlà olúwa wá dá fọ́jú bá máa fọ̀pá tẹ́lẹ̀ nítorí pọ́kùnrin náà mi for no reason at all should you lay a finger on us men for no reason. If you are frustrated, if you are provoked, take your shirt and leave the house. Yes. Take open mi ko ya ko kúrò lé fọjọ́ méjì mẹ́ta kó ṣeré lọ ti edobìnrin mi kó fún mi space. Then padà wá tó bá padà wá resolve kó ṣe pé kó wá lọ dá ẹ̀mí mi légbodò kó sọ mí dá láàbò ara and you now expect me to still be opening my legs for you. Am I crazy or what? I'm not crazy. I'm not dunce. I'm a fucking shit, man. So me personally, I am so very much against domestic violence. I can't stand it. I need to be me láyé mi. Èmi ò suffer rí o. But probably I have gone through some psychological, emotional, and mental torture. Agreed. You know, all women do feel like this at times. Lẹ́kọ̀ọ̀kan, you know. Tó bá ṣe tó dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé yes. Irú ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò lè níyàwó ńlé ni. But show mo ó better ká tètè máa identify gbogbo problems yìí right now tí gbogbo kálukú tí mọ̀ awareness ti wà you know gone are the days tí awareness ò sí awareness ti wà ńsìn so ọkùnrin tó bá fẹ́ know obìnrin ìwọ gan wá think twice you know wá think twice obìnrin pọ̀ gan náà tẹ́yọ kò bá múnú ẹ̀dùn lọ fẹ́ mi ó pè mí bẹ́ẹ̀ and ẹ̀yin obìnrin náà tẹ́ bá ti rí pé ẹ̀ ṣe dáadáa tán bá ti mẹ́rù wọn ó ní láti wá máa parẹ́ over yẹn náà wọ́n náà mọ̀ pé o mọ́lé tún ṣe òmókódó àìmókódó yìí náà ní nǹkan lòṣì mí inú yín bá ṣe kọ́ yín tó tẹ́tí pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ kú lórí iṣó yìí játijàti náà lẹ ṣì ń ṣe ẹ mú orí olúwa ẹ̀wú rárá pé nǹkan tá tiẹ̀ ń kọ́ yín o ẹ mọ̀ o ọmọ rẹ ni yín o tó máa pàṣẹ ẹ̀záàmù ẹ wá sọ olúwa ẹ̀dí ẹ̀sámí náà olódò àfojoojúmọ́ kọ́ yín kọ́ yìí náà ní gbogbo géèmù yín ń bọ́ sí. Thank you Akínbáyọ̀délé. Akínbáyọ̀délé is a responsible man. I know I have once spoken to him about something like that. He's a responsible man. Tọkùnrin ò bá múnú ẹ̀dùn ó máa kúrò ńlé ni tóbìnrin ò bá múnú ẹ̀dùn má ná má sọ di punching bag má bá yé jẹ́ because ìwọ go tí mọ̀ àwọn ọkùnrin náà ẹ máa ní prostate cancer ó lè jọjọ wájú káyìn náà ní ìdòbìnrin tó máa tọ́jú yín ṣé mi tó ti nà lèmi máa tọ́jú ẹ èmi ò lè gbọ́n gbé ọkùnrin kankan tí ò bá náìsì sí mi o ó lè wá darúgbó sí mi lọ́wọ́ kan wá ní kó máa gbọ́n nàbí o mi ò ń ṣe kíára o mo sorry mi ní lè ṣe because nígbà tó ń dùn tẹ́ pé ní ìfọ́tí ìgbà èní mo fẹ́ dó kókò available o ti kúrò ńlé àròwó oúnjẹ o pampa mi ngbà tó ń kárì èmi ló máa lọ sí kìlọ́jọ́ iwájú ọ̀n lọ lóní prostate cancer àbí kiri yọ wá ní máa gbọ́gbẹ̀wò fún mi máa lọ tọ́bẹ̀ jẹ́ lọ bá mi wà lọ sí home àbí hospice whatever àbí tó ti mọ́ tọ́jú rẹ̀ yìí ní lè ṣe o mo sorry yìí ń ṣe kíára yìí lè gbọ́gbẹ̀ olóbùkù kankan tí ò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ fún mi o mo sorry o àwọn kìnnì kan adàgbà sọ́wọ́ owó tó bá fẹ́ dàgbà sọ́wọ́ mi wọ́n tẹ́mi náà ti ṣọmọdé lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó gbé mi gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́ ni tí ó bá sí yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ kò there's no point tó bá fẹ́ máa gbọ́n gbẹ́tàgbà bá ti dé sí ẹ ọmọ wà lọ apply fún kíára ní ibi tó bá ń gbé tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ Nàìjíríà ní tiẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ jẹ́ kó wà lọ sábúlé yé àbí ti bàbẹ́ èmi ò lè wá máa gbọ́n gbẹ́ kọ́sẹ̀ mi kọ́ ni mo kọ́ sí predicament yẹ for real Ngba tó ń dóbò kiri tó ń ti kíní ẹbọ kíní kiri èmi kọ́ mo cause problem li ayé ẹ. Why should I be the one to be acting as carer for life where èmi mo destroy life and it's not me? Come on. Ngba tó run kan mi tó yẹ kó má do mi ò do mi. Èmi máa dàgbà ní èmi ò lè ṣe o. Ngba tó yẹ kó fún mi lówó oúnjẹ tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ ló ń fẹ́ lómi. But I'm sorry, I can't do it because when everything is rosy for you, you did not remember me, and neither did you do your right over your children. Hence the reason why I cannot. I'm lágbájá sí kí wọ́n ti gbọ́kọ̀ta ni abẹ́ ṣí èrè rí ni. Mo sọ fún yín pé mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kí ara mi tí mò ń gbé lu òyìnbó ni. Èmi ò ṣiṣẹ́ kí ara mi ò lè mọ bó ṣe ń gbọ́n gbé yẹn lọ́pàá àbúrò Àbíkẹ́ pé yí Àbíkẹ́ lọ́pàá àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ nídìílé wọn kó máa gbọ́n gbé. Mo sorry. So gbogbo nǹkan náà ọjọ́ iwájú ni gbogbo àjọ ń ṣe lẹ́fun tó bá ṣe dáadáa wàá bá dáadáa. And if you do otherwise, wàá tún bá bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. So gone are the days tó bí mi máa sọ pé àwọn wà lenient. I don't want to be lenient. Èmi ò tiẹ̀ ní sùúrù yẹn mọ́. Èmi ò ní láyé tèmi bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe wà yìí. Because ojú ti là. Ẹ bá ti rí àwọn èèyàn tó ń ya wèrè tó ti end up sí mental home. Tẹ́ bá bi wọ́n pé kí ló dé àwọn ọlọ́kọ gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́ báyìí ó máa ń kó sí wọn lórí ni the first crisis tó ń bá rí nílé ọkọ báyìí wọn kì í lè kọ́ tẹ̀lẹ̀ nínú orí wọn. Ó máa ń go out of kìíní ni gbá wọ́n wọ́ wèrè nìyẹn. Same thing pẹ̀lú ọkùnrin náà. If you feel unloved by your woman, if your woman suddenly feels she's now a diva because she's living abroad, she cannot do this, don't ask her the impossible, because there's so many impossible that you guys do ask us. You know, ọkùnrin mi wà máa wà Nàìjíríà torí ìyàwó ẹ̀ wà mí bá kó máa send owó síta ní owó wèrè ni wọ́n ló ń bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ ní òtútù ni. Mi lè ṣe, mo sorry. Agbọ́dájú la wà yìí kọ́lọ́mọ kìlọ̀ fọ́mọ rẹ̀ o ènìyàn agbọ́dájú ni. Agbọ́dájú gidi ẹ̀yin obìnrin Shanghai sí. I like to see women that takes good care of their children. Take care of them. Take them out. Wear the best clothes for them. Give them the best of education. Give them proper social life. Jẹ́ kán lọ bí kán lọ sọ́hùn gbé wọn travel. That is all that matters to me in life. You see, when a man is caring, you will give him everything according to what he placed on your table. But when he decides to be beastly, to be otherwise, I must serve you the same thing you're serving me. I don't give a fuck. Billy ayé ṣe wà nìyẹn because ibi tí wèrè tí ń wọ èmi ò lè ya wèrè rí bí mo ṣe rí my 40s wala mo ṣe sí dàkún. Bí bá tún bọ́ra lẹ̀ báyìí bá sì tún bọ́ra mi máa ní Ọlọ́run ò ṣe. Ọlọ́run ò ìfọkànbalẹ̀ ni. Èmi ò lè bá wọn high blood pressure. Èmi mo sorry àwọn tán ni gan Ọlọ́run á help mọ́ èmi Àbíkẹ́. Ani tó bá ti do èmi everything ti wà fine. O ẹ má ti fine tune rẹ̀ ó ti wà ní correct setting ni ẹ. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ go to setting, slot it. When you slot it for me, all 40 setting intact. Kò lè scatter. Ó scatter tìlájà. Ta ni gbogbo rádaràda òṣì tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn? Ibo ló ti ń bọ̀? Kò ṣe dandan ní kẹ́ lọ́kọ. Eye yọra yín lẹ́nu ẹgbọ́ lànà èèyàn go through hell. Wọ́n ló sọ pé kẹ́ máa pòun Mrs. Kinikan. Must you be a Mrs. something? Must you? Is it a must that you have to be a Mrs. Kinikan? At the end of the day, you are Miss Kinikan. O de nku nínú ilé, you are going through a lot. And you could not confide in anyone. You can't even confide in your sisters. You are so petrified to say what you're going through. You are so ashamed to tell your friends because you don't want them to laugh at you. And because your brain has been boxed up with a whole lot of things that you know it should not contain. I could bust out on you. Bah! Wherever they were kan lekun eniyen. Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè. Èyàn ní láti máa ṣeré jáde. All this rubbish happening on social media recently, you know, I called myself back and I told myself, Abike, what is this shit? What is this shit? It is shit. Because if I'm not going through any emotional problem in my home, if I am not going through any rubbish in my house, and I just decided by my own wish to give myself this problem on social media, then I am stupid. Because I could have easily walked away. So these are the things that can be whipping me on the side aside going through emotional, and I will be putting myself deliberately on the spot. I told myself, come on, it's not worth it. Especially when you see the kind of people you get yourself involved with. You don't want to go there. Show ye apart from create some women are so lucky they have the best of husbands. But Sibe, àwọn wàhálà ayé bí kò lọ party lé ní kíjà bẹ́lẹ̀ láàrin wa táwọn ọ̀rẹ́ iye ó fẹ́ dé lágbájá lóhùn kíní kan ẹwà àwọn tó ń ṣe wèrè lórí Instagram fake life ẹ rò pé àwọn yẹn náà ní depression tó bá yá. Some of them even have good men that are taking care of them, but because àwọn ilé náà pè ní self-inflicted pain, you are killing yourself díẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀. Must you do our friend car customer kó sí ẹ lórí? Cause ibi tẹ́lómi ti ń ya wèrè nìyẹn o. Ọ̀rẹ́ kan fi kinní kan bú mi, ó ti lọ sọ̀rọ̀ mi fún lágbájá. Àdìpọ̀ wà nínú ilé, you have a caring husband, but you cannot even concentrate on your home. You see, àwọn depression oní ọ̀tọ̀ nìyẹn, àfọwọ́fà nìyẹn. Àfọwọ́fà. Wọ́n lọ rí láàrin ọ̀rẹ́ mẹ́fà lẹ́ni àwọn tó bá ṣe lẹ́ni ó tún ti bá wọn jà lọ́la ó tún move àwọn next ọ̀rẹ́ mi ó tún ṣe àwọn yẹn tán wọ́n tún náà tún ti sọ pé kíní kò tún move. Àfọwọ́fà ló fi fún rent depression ló yẹn tó máa kú gàrà ní you finish yourself ọkọ gan ò ní bojú wẹ̀yìn so kò ṣe gbogbo ìtabárí náà ni due to husband tí ó ń ṣe kíni tó máa treat yín. Àwọn mi obìnrin mi so you take it slowly in life. You cannot have everything. When you see that you have some set of friends tó máa fún ẹ headache, do away with it. You see, ara ẹlòmíì also was sensitive. Immune system wa tún yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Ẹlòmíì ò lè ní problem díẹ̀ bó máa di headache migraine nítorí ó ń bọ̀ rẹ̀ jà. Kí ló dé ọkọ ẹ̀ ò fún ẹ ní wàhálà ogun ọ̀rẹ́ ò ń bẹ́gbọ́n ẹ̀ kan jà lẹ́nìí àbúrò ẹ̀ kan jà lọ́la ó máa fi fún ẹ headache. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ò fún ẹ ní problem ó ń fún ẹ headache. Ìyẹn ọ̀tọ̀. Tó bá kú gbogbo àwọn tó ń bá jà yẹn wọ́n á wá demo ego. I remember when that woman died, a lot of friends that she wasn't talking to in this country, they came to her funeral. You think they are happy? They are not happy, and at the same time, they are not sympathizing with the family. They have just come to witness your hand. They will come there to see your hand. And when they leave the burial ground, the cemetery, they will form a clique and then they will start talking about you. They will say all kind of things that are untrue about you. Ìgbà tó fẹ́ kíní kan yẹn, àṣebí torí nǹkan tó ṣe bá mi jà nìyẹn, ṣebí torí mo wọ́n nu ẹ̀ ń pa bọ̀bọ́ yẹn, ṣebí torí mo ní kó má kọ́kọ́ ẹlẹ́ni, ó mọ̀ pé wàhálà ti pọ̀ jù, ìgbà tó lọ ṣe, wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ rọ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ, kí ló ń bá wọn ṣọ̀rẹ́ fún? Ẹni rẹ̀ ti lọ, igi dẹ́ ẹyẹ fò, bí ọ̀rọ̀ lé ayé ṣe rí nìyẹn. So that's why I don't keep some stupid friends that will give me headache, me Abike. What is your headache? I pick you like this. I only have very few of them. Very few that I know but won't love me genuinely. And I love them genuinely as well. So don't give yourself unnecessary problem because you want to keep friends. You want them to see you here. You want them to see you there. Self-inflicted pain. You're causing yourself these problems. Some of you have very good husband. You are not going through any emotional stress in your marriages. And you listen to marriage. Look at that ara show. Or whatever that girl is on Instagram. Look at how they open all that yash. Before you know it now, our husband, that is very nice to her. They don't open the man yash for no reason. And she'll be depressed. I'm a migule. I'm a low hypertension. Or colon stress. Any stress. So you keep people that can influence you positively, people that you know will still hug, embrace you, even when you go wrong. They are still there for you. I will recommend but you know, we are here to support you. I have done this to a lot of my friends in the past. And that is it with me. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa cause wàhálà fúnra yín, wàhálà tẹ́ ní lè deal pẹ̀lú, ẹ wá gbé lọlé fọ́kọ, ẹ gbé lọlé fún ìyàwó. So depression oríṣiríṣi depression àfọwọ́fà náà tún wà. But whatever it is that is causing yours, you can correct it now. You can make a change. You are the only person that can change things. You are the only author that knows how to write your story well. Don't give your pen to somebody else's to write it for you. Because tó bá fún wọn kankan tí ò ń ṣe tiẹ̀ sínú story ẹ̀. Gbádùn life ó bímọ sílé ó fẹ́ tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Ó fẹ́ gbádùn life kọjú sáwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, especially táwọn ọmọ tí ń dàgbà. I was telling one of my friends some time ago when before she's no more today. I said, come, you are alone in this country. You are feeling so depressed because there was no boyfriend, there was no husband, you don't have a baby. Come, create avenue for fun for yourself. ó ní bàbá kan kiri kan tó máa wá òun wá tóun bá lọ lọ wá bọ̀bọ̀ mi tó máa dúró dédé tó bá ti ń dúró dédé tó bá ti lóyún ó ti bí ọmọ yẹn fún ara ẹ̀ èèyàn kì í lóyún fọkùnrin láyé ta wà yìí mọ́ obìnrin bí ọmọ fún ara ẹ̀ ni tó bá lóyún tọkùnrin bá lóhun ò fẹ́ ó ti bí ọmọ ẹnì kejì títí ẹ ti dé nìyẹn mo rẹ́ ẹnì kejì tẹ́jọ́ máa rojọ́ nínú ilé. And some girls will go, I can't have a child out of wedlock. Which kind of nonsense wedlock should they expect when you're already in your 40s? Oriye buru, I'm 20-something go, the wedlock, come everybody in patch. And so, only I want see. Wapa share. Tó bá ti bí ọmọ ti bí ẹnì kejì ẹnìyẹn, tó bá jí láàárọ̀ ọmọ yẹn, kódà kó má tí lè sọ̀rọ̀. At least ọmọ ko yan ti pé méjì nínú ilé yẹn. Èyí tí depression ma fi pẹ́ nínú London ab America. Depression is real abroad. Ibi ló ti pọ̀ jù. Ọmọ ko Naija suffering and smiling lawa, but in this part of the world, Western world, ọmọ depression they kill fast, so ó common burúkú Canada. Look at what Moji Olaya went through. Moji Olaya just passed away like that. Fear. Do you know how many actresses we've lost within the last 5 years? Moji Olaya kú tá ikú, Abike òun ni tá Aishat ṣẹlẹ̀. Mi ò gbọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀rí láyé mi rí. Àwọn èèyàn ńláńlá méjì tán ní kíní ẹ wo bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀. And it did not kill them when they were in Nigeria. It is when they come here, mostly. You wake up, nobody beside you. Kò sọ́kùnrin tó máa rún ẹ. Àwọn ọmọ ó tún nọ́ọ̀sì àìsí. Gbogbo ẹ ó máa pààyàn sọ́wọ́ kan kọ́ ló ń ṣàánú wa ni. Wake up. I told her, my friend, I said, grab the opportunity. If you see this man, what she want do la die dada wide sangu. Tó bá ti rí pé ó ti score sí ẹ lára báyìí mo ní rọra keep oyún yẹn má lọ bá wọn ṣe èmi má sọ fún yẹn mi ò lè ṣe Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ nìkan tí ma fi lọ ṣẹ́yún láyé mi. Mo ní ọmọ ẹ ló bí ó bímọ fọkùnrin àìmọye ọkùnrin tá bímọ fún wọn tí wọn ò lè dúró ṣe bàbá táyé wọn ti bàjẹ́. So ó bí ọmọ ẹ fún ara ẹ. I told her then, before wèrè olórí burúkú ọ̀rẹ́ wèrè kan tún lọ advice here. Come and do the community London de age 42. At the end of the day, she let the opportunity slide away, and then the man left her and she was all alone by herself again until depression knocked on her door. And when depression knocked on her door, she was not lucky to survive it. She passed away. She passed away. Tí o bá réyàn bá sọ̀rọ̀ nínú ìlú òyìnbó yìí ó ṣe kókó gidi gan. Ó ṣe kókó ìwọ fún ara ẹ ńgbà mi má depress ara ẹ. Cause obìnrin ẹ̀yin mi ńgbà mi ẹ kàn depress ara yín and it's still part of depression that will be clouding your sense of reasoning. Tẹ́ pé you will not even be able to think straight, not to talk of doing the needful, the right thing. So ẹ la ojú yín dáadáa. Kọjú sáwọn ọmọ ìlọ́kọ ẹ lọ fún lágbájá lóyún ó fún tàmẹ̀dì lójú kí ló kàn wọ́n bẹ̀. Ṣọmọ ẹ lọ fún lóyún. Wọ́n náà ya máa jayé orí ẹ. Ó pàtì kó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ tó bá rí pé àjọgbé yín ò jọ wọ̀pọ̀ mọ́. You know, you go your separate ways. It's not a do or die game. Think of your children. I don't know how many women are here that dreams of the day that their daughter, their son will be doing wedding. Do you know how glorious that day is for everybody? If you're present at your children's wedding, if God saved your life to be around on the day of your children's graduation, fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ̀kẹ́ lomi jẹ́ṣẹ́ yẹn náà. Ẹ̀yin lẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ṣẹ́ ọwọ́ yín lórí àwọn ọmọ yín. Why give yourself unnecessary headache that you know would lead you to untimely grave? Depression is real. When you're having migraine every day, depression is knocking on your door. When your BP is rising by the day, depression is rising, you know, on rise in your life. Kotomo. It doesn't tell anybody I'm coming to you. You will just see yourself. It's either you don't eat at all or you overeat. You eat yourself to death that you will look so horrible, ugly. It's real. And it kills softly. Oh, gbogbo ayé tí mo pé kò sọ́kọ nínú ilé mi tí mo bá gbé so F what? Ẹ rí pé social media ó ti làyàn lójú gan. Bàbá ń ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ ọmọ ayé ò ṣe máa fi hàn ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. Àwọn tó ń sí lórí social media gan wọ́n fi wọ́n ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ gbọ́. There is no big deal. Yes, wọ́n fi ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ díẹ̀. Wọ́n sọ tẹnu wọn. but tó rántí ọ̀rọ̀ ilé ayé tó máa sọ pé wọ́n sọ tiwa ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ tiwọn kan má àsìkò ṣì ń bọ̀ tí wọ́n náà tún máa sọ tiwọn bí life ṣe rí nìyẹn for everybody wọ́n sọ tiẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ìwọ náà tún ṣì ń bọ̀ wá sọ tiwọn sórí ọ̀rẹ́ tó ń sọ títí ẹ̀ ń sì kò jẹ́ lọ because tásìkò ṣòro títí ẹ̀ náà bá dé ìwọ náà ṣì máa sọ tiẹ̀ gara. So don't give a hoot to what they say behind you. Ara lẹ́yìn ó mà ti lóyún ó mà tún ti lọ fẹ́ bọ̀bọ̀ kan so what? Ohun tó wà nílé ọkọ gangba mi ó máa wish kó òun dàbí ìwọ because nǹkan tó ń go through tó ń daṣọ bò kẹ́yìn náà má bàa rí ó kọjá nǹkan tí wọ́n ń go through if you have to know ó kọjá nǹkan tó ń go through burúkú ó kọjá ẹ̀ bọ́jọ́ ẹ̀sìn títí ẹ̀ kò tí ì yá lójú ti ẹni I'm telling you. Ọ̀rẹ́ tó wà ní ara lẹ́yìn ó mà tún ti ó bímọ fún yẹn ló tún ti kọ́lẹ̀ so what? Àní Jẹ̀bú táwa tiwa tèmi tiwa ká fẹ́yàwó mẹ́fà ká fọ́kọ mẹ́fà is trend thing àfi ń ṣakọni kò sí ohun tí fi ń ṣe ni. Ṣé kí n lọ́kọ mẹ́fà nsìn kí gbogbo ọmọ mi dàgbà lójú mi kí n dàgbà kọ́ ni kí n wá jókòó wọ́n máa kọ́ sórí mi pé torí olọ́kọ mẹ́fà ọmọ mẹ́fà ló bímọ fún ò gbọ́dọ̀ jókòó sórí tébù àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ńjọ́ ìyàwó èèwọ̀ kí n kọ́ síbẹ̀. Ìwọ́sì tán máa sọ ni pé ilé ìbálògùn ló bí fún ìyẹn ń kọ́ wọ́n ní àwọn Jùmọ̀bí ló bí fún ìyẹn ń kọ́ wọ́n ló bí fún Babangida ìyẹn ń kọ́ wọ́n ní kinní kan sọ ní èmu ẹ̀ so what? Gbọ́rú ẹ̀rí ni kò sí big deal. Èmi ni mo lucky jù nìyẹn mo spread tentacles mi all around the globe káàkiri Nàìjíríà kò káyé ìdí ìyẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ni mo gbé lọ tèmi ni mo gbé lọ. Kò sẹ́ni tó kàn láìfẹ́. The worst story ẹ̀ máa sọ nìyẹn. Ẹ mọ̀ ya àwọn èèyàn tó wà nílé ọkọ tẹ́ pé at the end of the day wọ́n á kọ́ ọmọ mẹ́fà jáde méjì nínú wọn péré ní tọkọlé mẹ́rin tó kù ọmọ àlè ní jágajàga káàkiri. Kí wá ló fi yàtọ̀? Ọ̀gá same. Òbí kan síbí ó gbé fọ́kọ. Obi yẹn sàn ó gbé fọ́kọ ó dẹ̀ ń parọ́. I only answer Mrs. Davis. I only answer one surname. Odoko ju ọ̀rẹ́ tó wà ń ta lọ tó ń fọkọ kiri. Kárí ilé ní ẹ ṣàjẹ́ ni. Ani má ṣàwọn ní ẹ bó dẹ̀ ṣe ló fi ń kọ̀mítì offense ló ń gbé wá fọkọ lé. Kí ló wá fi yàtọ̀? Ajá ń fọkọ kiri ní bára ẹ̀sọ́ tó tọrọ kò káyé. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò káyé kò kànyàn. So sorry the worst story ẹ̀ máa sọ náà nìyẹn pé ó ti fẹ́ lágbájọ́ fẹ́ sàmẹ̀dò báwo ló ṣe kàn ẹ́ ṣé bọ́dẹ̀ ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ àbí bàbá ẹ̀ ni mo wá bí wọn fún ni ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò kàn ẹ́ nà kò káyé nà. So because of the fear of what your friends are going to say you now bottle everything up and one guy says he wants to marry you you are not saying mo bí ṣe máa sọ o àwọn kìíní ò máa gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́n mi jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé mi àti dáàdì Túndé ò sí mọ́ mi jẹ́ kó àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mọ̀ pé àbí wèrè làwọn ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn àti ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn ni ṣé àwọn náà fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ live life ẹ ni tó bá ya wèrè ṣé àwọn náà máa fún ẹ sanity títí wọn. Well èmi ti ẹ̀ like gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n náà máa ń change wọ́n máa ń transfer nínú body inú this our body kò sí brain ń bẹ o wọ́n ní bójú bá fọ́ wọ́n fún yàn lójú èmi ò gbọ́ bí tán ti ń change brain fún yàn o wọ́n ń pààrọ̀ heart o àbí yàn kidney wọ́n fún yàn kidney bó èmi ò rẹ́ni tó máa sọ pé brain tèmi ẹ wá lọ gbé fún yà lágbájá kó máa fi function torí mo love way kí ló ń fẹ́ fi function tó bá fún ẹ brain yẹn nobody will give you their own sanity they won't replace yours with theirs. That is why you cannot afford to let yours wither away. Use it when you are alive. Do the needful. Make yourself happy. Don't put yourself in any depressed state. Whatever it is you're going through, financial, whatever, things are going to get better. Rome is not built in a day. The journey of 1,000 miles, they say, it starts with just one single step. And you will get there. You see, you don't have money today. For people that are depressed because of money, you have a good husband and things are not rosy for you. Things are not coming as expected. In your auto. Way. And you see, pardon me, when you're going through all this, no, kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ function sexually, kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ function pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, because ogbe gbogbo ẹ̀ sórí. Look for a way out instead. Don't you see Jokotade, Alaja Jokotade? I like that woman, eh? You see the way she enjoys her life when she was in Nigeria, the time we used to watch her show. It's not everything is rosy for anybody. Everybody is just patching it here and there. Even the rich, they cry. The rich also cry. They have one or two challenges that they are battling, that they are struggling with underneath. So yours is not the worst of all situation. Don't lose this. When you lose this, you may never regain it again. Àǹfààní kí ló jẹ́ pé ọjọ́ ìyàwó ọmọ ẹ wọ́n wá sọ ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọ́n sọ ẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ wọ́n ní mọ́mì ẹ ò lè wà ẹ̀mẹ́yẹ èèyàn tí ìyẹ́ òkú tán máa ń parọ́ pé ó ti kú ń jọ́ ìyàwó because ìyá wọn ti wà ní mental state ó ti ya wèrè ẹ mọ iye ọmọ tó ṣe graduation tó jẹ́ pé ó mọ̀ pé ìyá òun wà ní rehab. Some even take drugs to calm whatever it is they are going through down. Some even take, all kind of, alcohol just to wipe away what they are going through. It ain't going to help you for long. Your state of mind is the only thing. It is the only thing that is going to redeem your happiness. You are the only one that can bring it back to yourself. Don't die in that marriage. Don't hang in that relationship if you think it's not favorable. I'm not saying favorable in terms of material things. If you're not happy in there, walk away. Walk away with your head high. Walk away with your shoulder high. It's not the end of things for you. There's a special man designed for you out there that is waiting for you to walk away first. There's a special woman that is waiting out there for you. You know when I tell my children when I cross fork, because in the vision you, I like go back go conde. Imagine cross forking ko. If you ever my bashewo, one do, one shaking ko. Ẹ̀yin ìyàwó lé náà nǹkan tẹ́ pé kókò kàyín dín kọ́. Gbogbo rọ́ǹsì bíbá rọ́ǹsì lọ́hùn. Kí lẹ fi yàtọ̀ sáwọn tá lẹ́ni. Ẹ̀yin lẹ fẹ́ bọ́ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin pé fọkọ mẹ́fà. Ìwọ tó lọ́kọ sílé tó yín àlè ó gbé bá àrísítò síbi kan gbé bàbá láyé síbi kan. Kí ni láì fẹ́ fi yàtọ̀ sọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ tí ò lọ́kọ. Tán gbé lé ní tẹ́lómi tún gbé lọ́la. Kò sí yàtọ̀ ọ̀gá same àṣírí ẹ̀ ló ṣì ń bò. Wọ́n ní gbogbo wa pátá ní ìmọ̀lá. Bámúbámú ẹni tílẹ̀ mọ́ bá ní bàrà wò kílẹ̀ ń bá ká. Ẹjọ́ ṣìwò náà fẹ́ ròmọ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ tó fẹ́ dùn. Àmọ́rí ìbákùn wọn bá àròjọ pé mi Àbíkẹ́ gone are the days I used to think lágbájá àròjọ mọ́ mi lẹ́sẹ̀. Alala. Ẹ gbọ́ èmi ni. Wọ́n bá ń bú mi wá ní odó lágbájá màá ní mo do. Odó tàmẹ̀dù màá ní mo do. Èmi ò ń báyàn deny. When you deny, I was talking to Folashade Eloquenza the other day. Was it yesterday? I said, come on, anybody they say you sleep with. Ṣé ẹni tó ń bí mi yóò ní wá náà mi nínú ilé mi? Ṣé ìyá ò lè wá bá mi nínú ilé mi? Then kí ni mo fúnra mi lẹ́dẹ̀ẹ́kì fún? Tán bá ní mo ṣe náà nìyẹn. Ṣé bàbá ẹ̀ kọ́ ni mo ṣe? Ṣé ìyá ẹ̀ kọ́ ni mo ṣe? Ṣára mi ni mo ṣe? Ọmọ Makuru Masha ni orin yín ẹ̀sùn kún sábọ́ ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò kún èmi kò kàn Àbíkẹ́ rárá. Ìyẹn ò dẹ̀ ní kí n má padà lọ síbi tẹ́ ká mi mọ́lẹ̀ nìyẹn. Story ẹ̀lẹ̀lẹ̀. Ẹ bá ká mi má bì kan lágbájá kan ló ń do ṣé torí ẹ̀ ń rojọ́ mi ní má tún lọ do lọ́la má dojú. Má dodójú àlà má jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé mo do kẹ́ wá ṣe wọ́ọ̀sì yín. Ẹ ṣe wọ́ọ̀sì yín. Don't let anybody destroy your happiness. You don't consider what your friends are saying by throwing your happiness, things that makes you happy in the bin because you want to come out saint to them. You want to look holy to them. Wà depressing nígbà tó bá ti ẹni tó ń ṣàánú ẹ ó ti lọ dọ̀jẹ́ tó dáwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ sọ pé kò dáa ẹ ṣerú bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ló wá fẹ́ kí ló kàn wọ́n. If it makes you happy, it's not a woman beater. Ó fún ẹni wọ̀n bá díẹ̀ ó dé ṣẹ́rí rírun. Gone are the days I used to place money níwájú dídó. Nísìn dídó above everything ni. Above everything dídó mo gbé sórí báyìí ni. Ẹ máa pẹ́ wọ́s. Èmi ò lè fọkọ tí ò lè dóyàn o. Èmi ò lè dó tọkùnrin tí ò lè perform o. Mo sorry o. Because so many things no man, imagine you have a friend that is outspoken. Ó dẹ̀ ti ṣeré lọ. Ó di ọ̀rẹ́ mi wo. Ọwọ́ ẹ̀ fẹ́ rú mi pa. Ó fẹ́. Do you know how you're going to be feeling in your head? I have a husband. I have a boyfriend. I've got a partner that really do this to me. What have I done to him? Why is he not treating me the same way? You are the only one that can correct that. If it's not good enough, rather than you, giving yourself headache, rather than you dipping yourself in so much sadness and sorrow, Oh, listen, don't go through sita. Chuck him in the bin and just walk away. Walk away. Go by force. If a woman is not making you happy, walk away. Oh. There are too many single people looking for marriages. What A cannot offer you, they are ready to offer you. You see, even as we speak, there are some girls that don't mind being beaten. Nina yini. Te bati no won kori won pe won ni ladi fun yin kedo won. Te bati no won kori won pe won ni behave o de mo won lara. So nkan te mi so Ọlọ́run ni je ngba nínú àwọn yo obìnrin mi ani ani kin ti lade ori, tan lade ori wèrè. Tan lade ori ya won die lade ya lo lade ori se yen lade ori ni. O ma je ya wo synagogue ni. Ẹlòmí agba yin létí báyìí. Any learning disability, hearing impairment. Eti yin o ni lamu. Adini going. O finish are lo nje be ma. O finish are one time. Obìnrin ò múnú ẹ̀dùn. Kí ló dúró tì fún? Àwọn ọmọ yìí mi ò like ẹ torí mo gbàwé lọ́wọ́ ẹ ni. Má dúró tì nítorí kó gbàwé lọ́wọ́ ẹ. Zaida kó fìwé yẹn lẹ̀ kó lọ chase happiness here. Àbí kó wà in bondage for the rest of your life. There are so many beautiful things that life has got to offer than all those things we consider at times. And you know what I place above everything? It is my happiness. It is my own happiness. I don't care what this one is going to say. I don't take stupid advice from people. I have someone that will say, Abike, mi ò fẹ́ kó ṣe kíni ma nítorí báwo ni mi ò ṣe ní ṣe báwo ló ṣe kàn yín ní life mi. Ṣé mọ nǹkan tí mò ń go through. Ṣé mọ nǹkan tó mú mi ṣe. Tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ tẹ́ sínú shoes me, don't judge me, don't tell me where to go and what to do. I do what please me. I do what please me. I'm not saying you guys should be irrational, but if you're not happy in a marriage, kí lẹ ń fagídí sí fún. Kí lẹ ń fagídí sí fún. Ẹ wo ye èèyàn tó ń kú náà. Ṣé fẹ́ kẹ́lòmí wá ṣe ìyá ọmọ yín ni. Ẹ fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ ọmọ yín lọ fóbìnrin mi. Obìnrin tó ń torí ẹ̀jà kò ní fẹ́ o, mi nígbà o tó torí ẹ̀ depress yẹ. Ó wá sunkún lójoojúmọ́. Ayé ẹ̀ kíní kan ló máa ṣayé ẹ̀. Kí ló fẹ́ pé ó ń ká ẹ lára nìyẹn. You know one thing I like? I always tell my people, when I want a man over infidelity and he refused to change, my own principle, timba ka fún títí tó bá ṣe márùn má ṣe méjì straight away. Ṣé o sọ pé orí ẹ ò fẹ́ pé ni? Ìsáídà kò jókòó jẹ́. Àbí tán bá nà ẹ́ ní left kémi gan jura mi sí market kó máa nà mí ní right kò wo bó ṣe rí. Yes. Tó bá mọ bó ṣe rí ni wàá sí tight pé ìyàwó ẹ ń lọ re yẹn. Tí bá ní minutes life and you will do all it takes. Ṣé èèyàn tí daddy mi fẹ́ láti Wasiu Ayinde ṣé lé ọkọ kọ̀ọ̀kan ló ti kúrò ni. Kò ṣe pé ṣe ìbímọ ni. Kí ló wá kan ayé ń bẹ̀. Is she not happy where she is even after my daddy has like 40 children? Ṣó kan ni happiness above everything. Let me tell you. Yes. Happiness above everything. If she wants to consider pé kí láyé máa sọ ẹni yìí daddy mi ti ṣe kíní kan wọ́n mọ̀ rí wọ́n máa kí láwọn ẹbí máa sọ kí láwọn ẹbí ọkọ mi máa sọ wọ́n lè yan kan bí ẹ̀gbọ́n ọkọ ẹ̀ orí ẹ̀ yìí iṣẹ́ jẹ́ ẹni ẹ̀tàn àkọ́bí bàbá ẹ̀ ni orí ẹ̀ burú straight away. When a man needs to sit tight, they need to sit tight. Don't give me headache because I'm not giving you headache. But when you decide to be bringing me constant headache, then I'm going to give you a dose of headache to one of my nurse ko wo bó ṣe rí ní ara ẹ̀. Oh, èmi ló yẹ kó máa pati sílé kí wọ́n máa dóko kiri, kó máa dóbò kiri. Jẹ́ kó dún èmi náà lẹ́ẹ̀kan kójú ẹ pa wàlàwàlà. Just me, Abike's principle. I'm not talking about you girls. Tèmi lèmi sọ. So when I give you one, you can come. You want to call lo mobodo. Èmi náà good no kodido. Bó ṣe ń ṣọ́ṣì lọ, jẹ́ kí èmi náà jura mi sí market. Jẹ́ kó gbọ́ṣẹ́ mi wò lẹ́ẹ̀kan. You will know how it feels. You want to be a gigolo. Allow me to be a gigolo too. Then you will know how it feels. It's either you respect yourself, you respect this marriage, you respect the boundary. Or then, jẹ́ ká lọ ẹmọ yẹn tó pé bó ṣe ń do tó ọkọ wọn sáré lé ní pé ìyàwó mi ń lọ re yẹn. Ó ń lọ re yẹn. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó lọ dóko tó dùn jókòó ẹ lọ. Ayé ẹ ta finish. Ṣé ìyàwó daddy mi kò bímọ rí ni? Ó kó jókòó lọ ni. ó lè farabalẹ̀ ọkàn ẹ̀ dẹ̀ balẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ń ṣeré ẹ̀ lọ kò dẹ̀ kan ayé alọ́rọ̀ èèyàn ò kí ń kan ayé ọ̀rọ̀ ò kan ayé wọ́n kàn máa pariwo ní ara ilé yín ó kọ́ ọmọ mẹ́ta ó kọ́ ọmọ méjì ó kọ́ ọmọ mẹ́fà alálà ńláńlá ní ìbá má kò ṣe ìyá ẹni kí n kó lẹ̀ fún àbí bàbá ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ bá mi náà sí wọn àbí ó dìgbà tó rí mi báyìí kẹ́ tó mọ̀ pé mo ṣe good girl ẹ̀ ń ṣí èrè lápapọ̀ àtẹ̀bí yín àti gbogbo yín papọ̀ what do you care pẹ̀lú ọ̀rẹ́ wèrè kan fẹ́ sọ ṣé wọ́n ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn ni your happiness first. Ìyá ọkọ mi kí ni kó gbọ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ dádì mi ègbẹ́dẹ̀gbẹ́ kí mo ti kọ́ lágbájá ṣé dádì ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ gbélé ayé ẹ̀ dádì ẹ̀ kọ́ ló fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ gbélé ayé ẹ̀ mọ́mí ẹ̀ kọ́ ló fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ gbélé ayé ẹ̀ wọ́n ti ṣe tí wọ́n dé bí gbìṣ èyí tí wọ́n bá ṣe ló pọ̀ jù èyí tí wọ́n bá ṣe òun láyé fẹ́ wò títorí òun làwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ máa wò so keep your sanity for the sake of your children you don't want to be you don't want to be found wanting on the day of your joy. You don't want to be found wanting on the day of those children's joy. And the only way you can do that is by keeping your sanity intact, by doing what you feel is right for you. You see, don't look at how many people are going to castigate you. Don't look at how many people are going to cast aspersion over that step you're taking. They will get over it. And let me tell you, some news will come to override yours, some new gossip, and then they will forget about yours, and they will jump to the next victim. Wọ́n sọ tiẹ̀ fúngbà díẹ̀ ni. Alágbájá kan ó fọkọ, ṣé mi nìkan mo yóbìnrin tó ń fọkọ bí 100 láàrin ọdún kan. Wọ́n máa tún rí tẹlòmíì sọ nǹkan tó dá wọn fún láyé wọn nìyẹn kó máa rojọ́ ẹlẹ́jọ́. You see, news will override it. They will jump to their next gossip victim, and then you will be enjoying your life. And then the happiness will be permanent and it will be yours forever. And then you will stand a chance to witness your children's celebration day. And then you will stand a chance to sit on that seat that is meant for just you as the mother of the bride or the groom. Don't let all this unnecessary pressure, depression, snatch your happiness away from you. Don't die untimely because you want your man to stay back at home with you, because you want to retain him. You don't want to lose your marriage. It is good to pray fervently for God to turn things around in your marriage for your own favor. But if you try all it takes or all you could and you don't succeed, don't go wallowing in pain. Pain that you know can eventually, become so stressful that you will now be depressed. You will now go to a mental home. If you are the type that is worried because your man is a fornicator, he will fornicate more the moment you are absent in the house. He will even bring those women into your matrimonial home to fuck, because you can no longer function within the celestial world again. The terrestrial world, sorry. You see, because you're no longer around, you don't living room. Tọkùnrin máa gbé obìnrin wọlé, honey. Good afternoon, ma. Mo ti rí oríṣiríṣi ọkọ yẹn tí ma ní ìyá Jímọ̀ dìde o máa lọ sí yàrá ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n mo lálejò. A tún ní mo ti gbá daddy because wọ́n ti gba Sunday lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, wọ́n ti gba Saturday lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, wọ́n ti gbé Sunday lé ẹ lọ́wọ́. A tún lé ẹ wọnú bedroom ẹ. Within that small confinement, of his home, you have a small mental session, which is your room. You should not have a room in your matrimonial home. You should have just one room that will contain the husband and the wife. But the moment you allow yourself to be depressed, he himself will section you and say, dide, because ongbe girlfriend the yẹn ti wà nínú mọ́tò wọ́n fẹ́ jọ wọlé. Ó dé mọ̀ pé wọ́n fẹ́ kó fojú rí, á tún control ó yá máa lọ sínú yàrá ẹ̀. A wá gbé ọmọ yẹn wọlé, a wá lọ dó nínú bedroom ẹnu master bedroom yín, á dó dáadáa. Tó bá tún lọ because ó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe bá wá tún ní mami. Ó dàbọ̀, Jésù orí mi ò ní jẹ́. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi ò ní jẹ́. Depression is real. Don't kill yourself. Do not kill yourself because you want to save your marriage. You don't want to do this. You don't want that to happen to your children. don't want anything to happen to your children. Run for your dear life, my dear. Àwọn ọmọ kan wà tán sìn. Dido náà ṣe wọ́n fún. Dido yìí ni. Dido ni. Ó fẹ́ dóko láàárọ̀ wọ́n wà available. Ó fẹ́ dóko lọ́sàn wọ́n wà available. Ó fẹ́ dóko lálẹ́ wọ́n wà available. Yay. Wọ́n ní gba kọ́bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kò ń ṣàwọn ìtàn máa ń gbó lọ́wọ́ àwọn ìyá yẹn. Dido ni. A do ẹ dáadáa èmi tún máa ń nice inú wọn. Nísìn ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń rè ní ju in case you don't know, maybe you are missing out. Òbò àwọn abiyamọ, òbò àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe single ladies, òun ló dùn jù lọ́dọ̀ àwọn boys lọ́wọ́ yìí. When you have children, that is when boys will come for you. You don't know what he has been through in his own marriage too. So you see, they find you more friendly. They find you more understanding than those ones that don't have children at all. Because you two have got a common problem. He is coming from somewhere that probably didn't favor him. You are coming from a background that probably didn't favor you. And you two will come together to form one. Àwọn ọmọ kékèké sì wọ́n fi bẹ́ẹ̀ ta mọ́. Àwọn abiyamọ òbò àwọn girls ló ń dùn jù. You see, you know how many young girls are out there tẹ́ pé wọ́n ò rí boyfriend wọn ọ̀rẹ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọn. Tó bá ní kí ló rè ní jù bí ọlọ́mọ mẹ́ta, ọlọ́mọ mẹ́rin, àwọn adélébọ̀, àwọn ọ̀ṣọ́rọ̀ adélébọ̀, àwọn omidan orí customer o. I'm sorry fẹ́ yín omidan tẹ́ wà lórí line o. Àwọn abiyamọ ti gbàjọba, ìmọ̀ bọ́n ṣe ṣe. Àwọn náà wà understanding. Wọn ò ní rún oyún mọ́kùnrin irú èyí yín tẹ́ fẹ́ róyún. Àwọn ti mọ̀ pé àwọn lè wá róyún máwọn lọ́wọ́. Dido ni Dido partner. Ó like you. Understanding to wà above every other thing. I'm at your suffering, understanding you. Ọmọ mi ò lè fẹ́ mi gan fẹ́ fọ́kọ mi fẹ́ fẹ́ yàwó. Ọmọ tó máa lóhun di Avila, ṣé Avila ló ń pèrè ọ̀rẹ́ Araski. Rí pacifier tó ń gbé kiri lẹ́yìn ọmọ mélòó. Ṣọ́kì yìí ni, ṣọ́kì burúkú. Ẹ bá gbọ́ ṣọ́kì kí n ṣọ́kì. No commitment attached. You know, láti ring aago ẹ gbọ́nà àti kọ́lẹ̀kùn ẹ kó. Wọ́n sì wọlé. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa maintain relationship yín. Ẹ lè ní relationship yẹn for 5 years. Ẹ lè ní for 7 years. Tẹ́lẹ̀ mama ni nice tẹ́ pé a máa bá ẹ sùn, a máa múnú ẹ dùn, a tẹ̀lé lọ ṣe shopping. You see, it rejuvenates, you know, that young girl feeling in you. It will bring it back. You will be happy. What kind of life are you living when a woman is there and you are going without sex for years? You are killing yourself. Nonsense. You are thinking of what your friends will say. Let them say. They have their own problem. Don't jo won labi aso te pe o wa si ju ti e lo nile oko. Won le bot our son. Look at my pimples break out. When I'm ovulating, this is what happened to my face. I will have spots, pimples. Doesn't matter. I still look beautiful. Omo Jagosha, thank you. You know, thank you, Yeye Duty. Asha won runs to work coded. Because ba won not shen code ti won niyen. Oh, lokan le mo she yen mi pe ko para eni. She yen mi ko pare ko sere lese. Sha yo she ma sha loko ni. Alawon abiyamo lo nre nisin. You just need to give yourself a pacifier. Thank you, Arewa kwa mi tititi. Pacifier on do Avila ado fe ku inu e de ndun. Avila de ti lawon ọmọ mẹ́ta. Ko de kan ye o de gbádùn life e lo. E wo pacifier bo ye fan se ko ri ọmọ kékeré nle ni. O je pa Avila arúgbó. An gbádùn iṣẹ́ bàjẹ́ iṣẹ́ tó sha prim. Oh. Ẹ̀yin ma jókòó share waste off. Gradually 50 will knock on your door. And when you are 50, most things in your body is beginning to wither away. Whether we like it or not. It will begin to wither away. You are supposed to enjoy your life when you're young. Even now 50 gan to keep ara wọn dáadáa. Wọ́n ṣì ń rí customer tó gbayì. Wọ́n ṣì ń rí. So kí ló ń ronú fún? Ó ti bímọ, Ọlọ́run ti yọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ kúrò lọ́rẹ̀ bó dẹ̀ bí. And ọmọ sin ló ń bímọ nílé ayé, I dey tell you. Ẹni tó mọ sin ló ń bímọ nílé ayé. If you are married, if you have the luck to have a good man, hold them tight and behave yourself. But if you are so unlucky, don't look at what the world is going to say. Just do whatever that jingles your swag. Whatever jingles my bell is what I go for. I don't want to come out looking sad and you guys will be asking me, Abike kilo wa sheba. You dey be me pe kilo wa shebi ba Jesus, it's not my own question. That question is not meant for me. Eti ma bad that ma wo mi pe o she omo mi Abike to sne. Ma ri eyeballs mi ma roju mi pe omo yen look radiant láàárọ̀ e mo ko wọ́n ti run ya e pa wọ́n ju. Wọ́n ti run pa. Lọ́kàn mi ẹ máa ṣe òṣìkàkiri alágbájá ń rojọ́ yín ẹ lọ para yín ẹ ti crossover ní mo ẹ ní síbẹ̀ láti monitor homework ọmọ yín gbogbo àti dàrú obìnrin mi ẹ máa rí nínú London tó bá múra lọ ẹ wò pé ṣóbìnrin lélẹ̀ àbí ọkùnrin wo ló ti jáde ó lọ́kàn lé ó ti wà depressed. And you see, when men put you in this depressed state, they find you very, very unappealing. Wọ́n ní kò tiẹ̀ wà appealing. Ìyàwó lé mi ò mara tún ṣe òun ló fi ẹ́ sí state yẹn o. But ìwọ ló allow kó fi ẹ́ sí state yẹn. Ani kò mara tún ṣe, wọ́n ní ẹ wo bó ṣe rí, ani ẹ bó te ko man darale, te bá ń do lórí bed ní ojú kan ni ko. Because you have allowed the depression to hit the better part of your body. The better part of you has been taken away with the depression. Don't allow it. Ani lọ́jọ́ kan ẹyẹ Olúwa bá má fi mi pamọ́. You know how many men are praying for you to die, Seth? The father of your children. They'll be praying for you to die. They want to take over the stress, all your sweat over those children. And they are not there. They were never a part of it. But they pray that you die. So that when you come back, that is how wicked some men are in this world. They are that callous. They don't care. They just want you to die. Why is it now that this Victor Ibrahim nonsense is coming out to say he wants to? Because he's probably satisfied. He has waited for so long for the girl to die. That's some men, they can't stand it. To soin sashewo obìnrin mi gan ṣaṣẹ́wó korora fi wọ́n lẹ̀ ni but nǹkan tó máa rò mọ́ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tó bá ti kú tán wàláhì kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ wo ọkùnrin tó sọ pé what do you miss in your wife? I miss her food. Kò ní I miss her care. Kò ní I miss her presence. Kò ní I just miss everything about her because she's everything to me. You can tell from the way he's talking that this one is not someone that was touched at all with the death of the wife. This is how some men are callous. So I don't know what you're passing through out there. If there's one young boy, one man somewhere saying, I love you, give me a chance to come into your life, please consider it. Give it a consideration, give him a chance. He might have a positive influence on your mental state. He might just have the skills to wipe away all those stress you are going through. It's such a very, very delicate life. And life is short. But life is short. What you are going through, my dear, that you are surviving, it is just what the next neighbor that died is going through, or probably not even up to yours. Like 1/3 of what you are going through. Go through in go through. So borrow yourself some sense, ladies. Do the needful for yourself and for the sake of your children. And if you don't have children, it does not matter. You just have to be happy in life. Live your life to the fullest. Enjoy it. Leave good legacies behind. Be loving. And please, be loving and then, be loving and you love as well. When you are a loving person, then you have to be lovable. Be loving and lovable. So when you are loving,